Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the world of Fate's Day Night. Where we last left off, it almost went really bad. There was, a terrorist magic bomb at the school, but everyone's gonna get better, I guess. So everyone can go to school tomorrow. Everything's super great. Yay! Frickin' schools aren't canceling for anything nowadays. You got hit with the water bill after the whole washer explosion last month, and you were in pain. Yeah. I definitely remember, I definitely had an incident a couple years ago where a pipe burst, and I remember the next month water bill making me hate everything in the world. Yeah, it was not good times. Not good times. Hopefully depending on where you live, maybe you can negotiate about that sort of thing, but I'm sorry, Skeeth. Stupid washing machines are stupid. But today's musical theater warm-up is actually, it's probably not that good of a warm-up, actually. It's the Epiphany from Sweeney Todd, and I picked it because I haven't sung it in a long time, and it's a bit of a challenge to be able to keep up with it and hear in your head, but I guess karaoke makes it all the easier. It's a tricky number to hear when you just got a piano to play with you, because it doesn't really give you anything, and it's just a little bit chaotic in the underscore, but that's what I love about it. It's such a good challenge. But let's see how we do with Epiphany. It's more character-based. Also, just sitting here leaning back in a frickin' gamer chair or something like that. It's just how is just sitting here singing? Because this is this is a song I want to be standing up and pacing around as I sing. Should I just stand up and pace? Well, I'll play it by ear. We'll see how this goes. But also, Edgeworth says, "Shiver me timbers" in the new Ace Attorney Investigation 2 translation, and it's driving you insane. I don't see why Edgeworth would ever say that, but Edgeworth has said weird things before in the past. It's possible. Maybe the pirate he is talking to is giving him unnecessary feelings. I had him! His throat was there beneath my hand. No, I had him! His throat was there, and he'll never come again. Hush, now hush. Hush, love, hush. I keep telling you what's the rush. Why did I wait? You told me to wait. Now he'll never come again. There's a hole in the well like a great big pit, and it's filled with the people are filled with shit, and the vermin of the well that inhabits it. But not for long. They all deserve to die. Tell you why, Mrs. Lovett, tell you why. Because in all of the whole human race, Mrs. Lovett, there are two kinds of men and only two. There's the one saying foot in its proper place, and the one with his foot and the other one's face. Look at me, Mrs. Lovett, look at you. No, we all deserve to die. Even you, Mrs. Lovett, even I. Because the lives of the wicked should be made brief, for the rest of his death will be a relief. We all deserve to die. And I'll never see Joanna. No, I'll never hold my girl to me. Finished. All right, you, sir, how about a shave? Come and visit your good friend Sweeney. You, sir, too, sir, welcome to the grave. I will have vengeance. I will have salvation. Who, sir? You, sir? No one's in the chair. Come on, come on. Sweeney's waiting. I want you leaders. You, sir, anyone, gentlemen, now don't be shy. Not one man, no, nor 10 men, nor 100 can assuage me. I will have you. And I will get him back, even as he gloats. In the meantime, I'll practice on this honorable throat, and I lose him body lies in ashes, and I'll never see my girl again. But the work waits. I'm alive at last, and I'm full of joy. Oh, such a fun one. Kay is being silly, and he mentally thinks himself, "Shiver me timbers, you are driving me insane." Yep, him being driven to the point of insanity, yeah. Surprised it's Kay driving him to insanity and not Gumshoe. Props to Kay. Gumshoe, you need to step up your game. Hopefully Gumshoe steps up his game in Investigation 2. I need him to drive Edgeworth just more crazy. Like, more Gumshoe. We need more Gumshoe. That's, like, one of the worst parts about, like, from 4 on is just, like, not much Gumshoe in my life. He's just, like, he's my favorite. I love Gumshoe. He's such a fun character, and it's just like, I just want happiness for him, and I want fun antics with him. But on to the actual game. Yeah, that was a really bad warm-up. I need to be careful about my warm-up songs. It's like, that was legitimately like a really bad one. That might have done more harm than good. There is more Gumshoe in Investigations 2, but at the sacrifice of Detective Bad screen time. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about Detective Bad. Let us continue on to a new day. Yes, it is. Moving chair to get comfortable. Erg. Sorry for this. I'm dreaming. Like sand through the hourglass, blood flowing through a thin circuit. I see a memory I can't reach. For what did he fight and keep running? He never told anyone his innermost feelings. Everyone around saw him as an eccentric. And from the top of it all, he wore a mask of stoicism and few words. So others must have believed him ruthless or toothless. His objectives were unknown. At the very least, nobody was informed or found out. Even after becoming a hero, burdened with so many things, he never once let his intentions slip. And so, nobody was able to grasp his character even at the very end. Nobody understood. No one read the wiki on his character and just didn't understand it at all. No one read the Spark Notes. No one did their homework at all. Though he was a convenient hero that saved lives, his motives and ends were left in the dark. Thus, inevitably came to be that all would feel uneasy by his presence. That was an awkward line reading. Oh well. So, he should have claimed at least one such reason. Greed, fame, selfishness, revenge, devotion. A clear reason? That would have been so universally understood. Had he but one such thing, this end would not have come. His reward for success was always betrayal. The things he picked up sifted through his fingers like sand through the hourglass. Again, these are the days of our lives! He got used to it. Like a fool, he got used to it. From the beginning, his reward... I hope it's really good. Maybe some nice cake? It was not what he received from those he saved, but the act of saving them itself. Hopefully they gave him a cake as a reward, at least. The repetition of it makes me so mad I want to punch him. But it also makes me want to cry. The reason he was called a hero? His intentions were never revealed to anyone. Those around him never came to know, and even he, the only one who could know, eventually forgot. This all just makes me just want to cry. On the long, long path from the start to the finish, he miraculously never once strayed from his original purpose, despite no longer knowing what was and was no longer right. And the end comes. The Savior is nothing but a nuisance to those who are not saved. He understands his own powers and the extent of the world. He accepts there are those that he can and cannot save, and so he wanted those within sight to be happy at least. Many others despise him, decrying his hypocrisy and narrow values. He had more enemies than allies, and he died abruptly at their hands. In a field of unlimited blade works. So, what is seen here is not a location in this world. This place is his end. It's nothing other than the illusion he saw on the verge of his death. The only pride he had within himself. Frickin' sword pervert. The hero that used this view as his weapon is consumed by his own darkness. He arrives at the Hill of Swords. Is it a hill? It looks more like a flat plain from this perspective, but The end of his battle came on a mound of rusted, ownerless blades. Alone after all. Even then, there was nothing to regret if he was able to save everyone within view. He smiles with satisfaction, lets go of the sword. That's why he never had any regrets. His objective had long been fulfilled. From the start, he kept on running with utmost effort, not for himself, but for those who had nothing to do with him. I rub my heavy eyelids and get up. I hope that was Rin having the dream and not me. It's 5:30 a.m. I don't feel sleepy, so I guess I was able to sleep well, in spite of everything. Wait a second. Now that Shinji's out of the war, does that mean we can have Sakura move back in with us? And we can get back to our morning daily ritual comedies? Man, I guess I'm pretty simple. I grumble while getting out of bed and changing into my uniform. I can hear faint breathing if I listen carefully. It's a girl! Did you know girls breathe? Saber's presence is apparent even from the other side of the door. Breakfast. I'll go make breakfast. That's good, good. I shake the intrusive thought out of my head and tiptoe out of the room. At least I didn't get mind control tonight. Yay! Breakfast table. My expectation that it would be a quiet breakfast considering what happened yesterday. And what do you think that doctor said? He said, you have an exceptionally healthy body, so why don't you donate some blood while you're here? I'm a patient too. I'm not going to that place ever again. Alright, suddenly Taiga has become an anti-doctor, alright? Is overturned by Fujini, who's even more hyper than usual today. If this were a horse race, this situation is both the dark horse and somehow the most likely winner. Oh, I want more miso soup. Can you leave the onions out? Yay, no onions. Anti-onion brigade. Taiga just keeps getting better and better. Like, it's not even close. She's the best person in this entire universe. I don't understand why she isn't a hero. Maybe she is a hero. Maybe she is the writer and I don't know about it yet. Maybe she's caster. She does have a spell on me. Ah, crud. Taiga's caster. I heard that the students who fainted were taken to different hospitals, but did they all come to afterwards? Yes, it varies, but they should have all recovered by yesterday. The ones on the 4th floor, the first years only seemed like they were sleeping. The second years seem to have lost memory of the incident. The third years are, alive-ish? Yeah, alive-ish, that's a good term. Well, the ones on the 2nd floor are better than the ones on the 1st floor, but the ones on the 1st are life-adjacent. Fujini looks down like it's a difficult thing for her to talk about. I feel bad. All last night, Fujini went to one hospital after another. Classrooms on the 1st floor. You just saw what kind of condition the 3A and 3B students were in. Sorry, we can talk about something else. Anyway, school's happening like usual for some reason. Yes, but the third years will start coming voluntarily, and those that are not feeling well do not need to come to school. I think most of the third years won't be coming today. I see. It'll be mainly first years and second years coming to school today. Hey, Fujini, who's connected to Ryodao Temple from our school? Wouldn't it just be Isai? He's the successor to the temple, right? Never mind, forget I asked. I already knew about this. I set down my bowl as I looked up at the ceiling to do a think. The only person at our school that has anything to do with the temple is Isai. But it's too rash to assume so easily that he's a master. And most importantly, I don't think he could be. And I trust my own judgment. It worked well with my boy Shinji. We have a great judge of character. Rin has a great judge of power levels. Like, we are the perfect duo for solving this case. I'm heading out now. Take care while I'm gone, Saber. You take care of yourself too, Shiro. Even if there is no longer a bounded field at school, you cannot let your guard down as long as Castus Master is there. Castus Master, Castus Master, Castus Master. You only have one more command seal, so please be very careful. Are you sure you don't want me to go undercover at your school? It seems they're missing a lot of third years. I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I just said I was one. Come on, let her join the school. No. No undercover Saber ideas. I know, if I find Castor's Master, I'll come home and report to you first. Yes, I shall replenish my magic energy so that I can be ready. Saber sees me off as I leave the gate. Fujini seems to have some things to take care of regarding the incident yesterday, so she finished her breakfast quickly and went to the hospital immediately. Everything at school doesn't look any different after what happened. It's 7:30 a.m. and the school gate is crowded with students. The students are talking about what happened yesterday and seem to be creating a fuss over it. And in the middle of all of it, in front of the school gate, there's Sansosaka waiting with her arms crossed. Is she going to shoot me again? Please no. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling, but I kind of can't sneak past her when she's standing in the middle of the gate. Huh. This is why we need Saber. Saber could have distracted her. Yo, good morning, Tosaka. You're late today. I stop and greet her on the way into the school building. Ah! This girl does not respect personal space whatsoever. I think Isai's suspicious. Oh, first thing that came out of her mouth is right to the point. What do you mean by suspicious? Castor's master? Castor is at the temple. Isai comes to school from the temple. Something's going on. No way! It could just be a coinky-dink. I try to defend Isai. Of course not. Look, the mountain gate at the temple has been closed the past few weeks. No outsiders come in, and Isai is practically the only person who leaves. If he's not suspicious, I don't know who is. Take your bets. Is Isai the master? My bet is Isai is the master, but he doesn't know he's the master. I think he is a master, but is completely puppeted by Castor 100%. Hey, you said no one comes out, but don't monks usually stay at the temple? You idiot, how outdated is your information? Monks make a living by going around house to house collecting offerings. If they could stay in the temple and live off coin, I would be a monk. Tosaka is surprisingly serious. If she did become a monk, would that mean she would give me personal space? If Isai were here, I'm sure he'd be yelling at her for... calling him a thief. I'm interested in what's going on at the temple, but that's not the problem. Right now, let's be mindful of our surroundings. We're at the school gate, and we're surrounded by students, and they're frozen hearing us talk, and she sounds like a mad woman. What's with those eyes? What, are you defending Isai? Fine, if you're going to ignore the obvious, I'll go and... If you're not going to ignore the obvious, I'll go and solve the situation myself. Yet the school idol is the only one who does not realize this situation. Osaka, come over here. What, are you going to run away? I'm not running. Come this way. I pull Tosaka's hand and start walking. Emiya? She can complain later. Just let me get out of here. It's not going to look that much better if you grab her by the hand and drag her off, dude. They're still going to gossip even more now. The morning practice must be canceled due to the, magic terrorist attack yesterday, because the archery range is empty. Phew. I'm glad. We won't attract any attention here. So the remaining problem is... Osaku's staring me down. I know, I can tell what you want to say. I know. Don't make that face. I don't know what to do when you're sulking like that. I'm not sulking. She's totally sulking. Oof. I'm stunned by the immediate comeback, but I have to deal with her calmly. Isai's life is on the line. She will shoot him in the head. Knowing Tosaka, I bet she would do something crazy to test Isai. Again, putting a bullet in his head would be a good test to see if he was a master or not. Don't try to deceive me. Castor's base is the temple, and Isai meets the criteria. Why are you ignoring that fact? You detect magic stuff. How come you haven't detected anything from Isai then? It may be true, but I don't think Isai is the master for a different reason. What, do you have any objection? If I gave some stupid reason, I would most likely die before Isai. Same time, I cannot leave Tosaka like this, she being cray-cray, so I have to convince her somehow. Alright, you're saying Isai is suspicious no matter what, right? Right. You might not be able to tell, but Ryuda Temple is really strange right now. Castor is using it as her base, though even with that in mind, the deformity there is like too massive. She is collecting way too much. Okay, we think it's Isai. That is what I think right now. Let's just take a minute and go over the candidates one more time. All of the potential candidates. I guess Taiga's a possibility. It's a 0% chance, but sure, Taiga is someone who has not been confirmed as a master. Sure, she could do stuff. And I don't think we ever saw her in the Fate Path after the point where Castor said that she killed her master. I could be wrong. I think I remember Castor saying in the Fate Path that her master was a man, but I could have just been reading into that. I could be very wrong with that. It could be question mark person here. We don't know who question mark person. We did see Taiga at the end of Fate. Okay, then. Taiga is 100% not Castor's master. Thankfully, I don't have to kill Taiga. Could Kodomine be another... Could he be a triple master? Probably not. Could Kiritsugu Emiya actually be alive and be Castor's master? He could be a zombie. We could have a zombie master for all we know. Could be Kiritsugu Emiya. Breathing good teacher man. Strong possibility it's breathing good teacher man. Literally all we know about him is that he is like the breathing of like a magic master man. And that could easily tie into being able to summon Castor. Like he could have that commonality that helps him summon her. Isai, he lives there. He has talked about the witch who is staying there. I believe that was just in the other path though. He's super tired all the time, which leads to the theory that like Castor is actively draining him and potentially mind controlling, because She has displayed mind control powers. It could be other question mark person. Could be Mitsuzuri. And generic girls. Not impossible to be them. Unlikely. I really wish we went to visit Mitsuzuri. Just like, we are a bad friend for not going to go visit her. Could it be the two maids who we haven't met? Probably not. Could it be other? Could it be our new best friend who we met last time, Goto, a named character who does not have a voice? He doesn't have an other voice. That's what's weird. He's a character. All the other random students have been voiced by other, but not Goto. Because, like, so in my mind, there is a legitimate chance this, like, random Goto character could be one of these question marks. And if he's one of those question marks, he could be the master. And the game is just purposely being a jerk about it. But overall, I think I'll go 65% chance that it's Isai, about 25% chance it's breathing teacher, and like 10% other. Here is the only existing image of Goto. I will look at that later because, as I have said before on the stream, clicking a link here is risky business. Not because of viruses or anything, it's because my computer can't handle opening so many things at the same time. Yay, generic laptop that is kind of old at this point. Yay! Collecting way too much. Are you talking about the magic energy that she keeps putting people into comas with? No, I'm not. That's like a different thing altogether. You're way more suspicious of Isai right now. How's that a different thing altogether? What? Collecting way too much. Are you talking about the magical energy being sucked up from around town? No, I'm not. That's... What are you talking about, then? Is the temple siphoning funds out of your account? What? Anyway, that guy has too many flags, all while so flippantly going to and from the temple every day. But the other biggest thing that makes me think the biggest flag why Isai probably isn't the master is that they're talking about him being the master right now. They're being so upfront about it before anything has been confirmed. That feels like, oh, Isai's just a red herring? But now I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with 65% Isai, 25% breathing guy, 10% other. Osaka's serious. Oh, I always had heard that they didn't get along, but I didn't know it was this bad. Actually, what the heck did Isai do to earn this from her anyway? I'm a bit curious about what can make Tosaka dramatically violent. No, now's not the time for that. Yeah, I agree, Isai's position is suspicious. Of course, you would be guilty too if you kept on defending him. Yeah, so just leave Isai's case to me. I'll make it clear whether he's a master or not. Well, we can't exactly trust her. She did a great job with her magic detection of frickin' Shinji. I'm the one who got that info out of him first. The look she gives me says she does not trust me at all. And I have been hiding a lot of stuff from her, so yeah, don't blame her. Trust me, I won't take it easy because he's my friend. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, you don't have anything... We lied about Isai! Or about Shinji! We already lied about Shinji! Why would she believe us? There's no way Isai would do something so evil. The silence continues. I imagine Tosaka is worried that I might do just that and go easy on him. Fair. Which is fair enough, so I'll just have to take this scrutiny. I can only get her to trust me. Fine, I will leave Isai up to you. Tosaka! I sigh with relief. But how are you going to tell? Do know how to tell masters apart? Haha. Osaka asked me the fundamental deflection in this proposal. I did that scene in Mass Effect 2 where we did the bad cop and good cop with that one guy in the assassin side quest. Does that count? I have Law and Order on DVD. I've got like the first 20 seasons. I'm up to season 15 in my rewatch right now, so I know about some interrogation stuff. Like, I know I can give him like a cup of coffee and he'll drink from it, and then I've got his DNA. Oh, don't tell me you're just going to go up to him and ask, "Hey, Isai, are you a master?" Even if we're working together, I will put an end to that straight away if you're going to do something that stupid. Okay, it's not that stupid, right? Erg. She's mad. She is really mad. Hold on, it's okay. I have a way of finding out whether he's a master or not. I will make sure to find out today. Don't do anything stupid. Please don't shoot him in the head. You'd better, in the name of our working relationship. Yeah, but the second you take care of him, you can just take me out. Because that's when our deal expires. She starts walking, making a gesture that obviously tells me she is not convinced. Look, I trust you, but don't do anything stupid. If he sighs a master, one wrong move could lead to death. I'm sure that's not hinting at anything. So Sokka says and heads back to the school building. Could it be? I blatantly realized that she was just really worried about me. It's lunchtime, so why go to the student council room? Excuse me, I say as I open the door. Something like that. Isai's eating lunch by himself. Good. This is actually really convenient. How are you doing? How did yesterday's incident turn out? I sit at the table and try to act super duper casual, which I do very well. I also like that we're still, no one has ever mentioned the fact that Tosaka, like 3 or 4 days ago at school, Tosaka just shot magic bullets in the hallway, visibly damaging the walls, and basically obliterated a classroom. No one has mentioned that. It's just like, no big deal. I guess no one just uses that classroom. That's the only assumption I can make. He seems unhappy as he bites into a stiff carrot. At least it's not a limp carrot. I hate a limp carrot. This time, he sips on his tea happily. Well, this is kind of awkward. Doesn't seem like the right time to interrogate him, so I'll just wait for a while and see. Huh? Oh no, there's only 5 minutes left before the break is up. Great job interrogating, Shiro. I didn't come up with anything, but I totally remember something. I don't have time to slack off. I hurried to wrap up my lunch back up and face Isai. What if I say pretty please? I get up from my chair. There's no time. I have to dive right in. Isai. Don't ask any questions and take your shirt off. Okay. Shiro. You can't do that! No! Bad Shiro! One way to quickly determine is if he has a command cell. Yeah! This is not the way you do it! I demand as firmly as possible. You don't want to even buy him roses first? Very appropriate reaction. I said, take off your uniform. Not just your jacket, but your shirt too. This isn't going to work unless you're stripped down.
何を言い出すかと思えば正気か貴様あれか新手の押し問答かそもさんなのか
Isai, you're handling this remarkably well considering the circumstances. Yeah, bring it on! Hurry and strip! It'll be too late once school ends! Grab it, Isai!
やめるかタワケ貴様それでも武家の息子か
All right. In the end, there was no command spells on Isai's body. Shiro, I searched thoroughly, very thoroughly, but I didn't see anything that looked like a command spell. Saw a couple of moles, though. Might want to get that checked out. Good. Man, I'm glad. I nod to myself.
何が良いものか貴様ここまでやっておきながら
Oh yeah. Sorry, Isai, I cannot tell you what's going on, but there was something I had to check, but it's done right now, so there's no problem anymore. You didn't say that part out loud. You said that part as an internal monologue. There were no quotes. I bow my head and apologize. I was just checking for lumps. I was doing it for your health. Isai goes silent with a serious expression. But now it's back to square one. If Isai, who has ties with Ryodao Temple, is innocent, then there's no one else that could be applicable as Castor's master. Hey, Isai, has there been anything weird at the temple lately? I don't know, anything like different than normal? Isai says calmly. Father and brother, you say? A new woman. Could that be Castor? Well, I'm sure that servant would pretend to be a human without a problem. Could that woman be Castor's master? Should I try and ask Isai? Maybe. I really don't think this is pointless. We need to get like every bit of information we can about this situation. So yeah, I'm going to ask. It's like we had him stripped down in front of us. Now we're going to get embarrassed and be like, I'm not going to do that. She's not one to reveal herself to Isai, but I might be able to get some clues. Isai does live at the temple. What kind of person is that woman? Is she from a foreign country? Does she always hide her appearance behind a turban-like cloth? Is her hair purple?
なんだそれは。そのような怪しい女ならばすぐさま放り出している。どんな思惑で知りたがるのかは聞かないが、彼女はまっとう兄貴などは毒婦だなんだと喜んでおるが、俺は不思議と気に入っていてな。一度しか話したことはないのだが、悪ぶっているように見えるが根は善人だ。
She's a fair person, but she seems a little foul. What? That unusual description? Wow, it was worth asking this question. It's rare for you to praise a woman. What, did you fall in love? Tell me all about it. Tell me the hot goss. Spill the tea.
バカを言うなタケ。俺が感心したのはあの女が自分でも気づいていない部分の話だ。大体だな。兄と仰ぐ総一郎の相手に化粧するなど。
The lover of your brother. He might have felt dizzy as he falls face down on the table and he does not move. What happened, Isai? Is it anemia?
体の調子が悪いのではない。
He lifts himself suddenly. I laugh, picturing him like a wind-up doll, suddenly full of energy. Bye! Isai! I don't even look at my slashed stomach. There we go! We haven't had one of these for a while, but that absolutely counts. Hello, disembowelment counter. Get to update you for the first time in a while. Da 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 da. I don't even look at my slashed stomach. My eyes go to the knife in Isai's hand.
獲物がかかった。私を追求する者に遭遇した場合のみ。
Son of a gun.
に植え付けた命令が作動する。
That sucks. That really sucks. A voice that doesn't belong to Isai comes out of his mouth. It sounded like his voice actor. When I realized it's the voice of the servant I met at Ryodao Temple. No! Isai! My boy! It's like I'm looking at a mirror. My consciousness fades from the blood loss, the wound. The pain from the wound reaching my organs isn't causing my consciousness to fade. Instead of death from blood loss, eager to deny the sight before me, my mind rapidly freezes my consciousness. Sai falls down before me, without knowing what's going on. I collapse onto the floor from my knees. I don't even press on my own wound. I just stare blankly at the face of my friend who's now just a corpse. We get a hint at the master, yeah. So we probably need to find out more about Isai's brother. Heck yeah, we need to go to Taiga Jojo. We haven't seen Taiga Jojo this entire route. Ah! Yay! Bomb voyage! Why are there bombs in the studio? What did you do, Ilya? Ah, death, ghost, Moskos. Why are we calling Cosmos? Why are we xenoblading this? Why did we xenoblade? Now, it only takes a second to be careful, but an injury can last for a lifetime. Did this ending teach you that it's not a good idea to just ask anyone anything? Yes, ma'am. It was such an irrational and sudden death. This is totally fate and absolutely awesome, Master. Yes, but we cannot forget the sacrifices. Let us give a 3-second moment of silence for Ryodao. Yes, I love how it's only 3 seconds, Master. Rest in peace to my boy. So, Ilya, what is it that is going on with the people at Ryodao Temple? They have something like an artificial command spell put on them by Caster. If they come across someone who breaks her 3 rules, they become similar to a doll that carries out only 1 command. She's good at making tools. If she ever captures Shiro, I bet she would turn him into a specialized mystic code that assists her with magecraft. Evil! Caster is evil! As an educator, I cannot forgive anyone who uses others as they wish. I don't know about calling her evil because of that. I mean, I want to do it all the time. You're evil too! Caster is weak, cowardly, and sly, but she's not fully bad on the inside. Unlike me. Why are you sticking up for the witch, student number 1? Do you have something on your mind? No, not really. I just wanted to say it's not always bad to bind someone with magecraft. Oh, I remember. You've done worse to Shiro. You found out, you... Ilya, Bad Ilya! Bad Ilya! Stop it! Time out for you! She earned that. I can't beat that sword for some reason. Taiga's the only one smart enough to attack Berserker's master. Well done, Taiga. Taiga's clearly still the best and smartest person in this entire series. Of course, magecraft isn't allowed in this dojo. You have to bring a wild lion or a modern weapon to meet me. Now, will you repent for your actions? Yes, I apologize. I won't do anything bad again. That is a good girl. The boy's wish is granted as well. Rejoice, little bro. Ilya is more behaved in this route. Yes! Thank you, Taiga. Taiga has saved us from Ilya. Again, Taiga's still the best. All right. I just have to behave this time, right? Well, it's not fun to always be on a rampage. I can even help Shiro in this route and take one of the heroine roles. You are not going to be heroine. We are not injecting you into our veins Rin Tosaka style. What? You put that much thought into this? As if that illegal costume is enough. You are even taking on such a role in the great storyline. What are you doing? Ilya, such a scary child. Evil child. We need to destroy Ilya once and for all. So, yeah, it's totally pointless. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's pointless to ask. Yeah. Nah, it'll be dangerous to keep on talking like this. Isai lives at Ryudao Temple after all. If I make him suspicious about the woman, he might get curious and do something. And if that woman is a master, Isai would be in danger. This is it for today. I'll call it good since I found out that Isai has nothing to do with the Holy Grail War. Huh? Sakura is absent today. What did you do, Shinji? Shinji, you would better have gone to the church and you're just going to stay down in the basement forever down there like a good boy, hopefully. I'm at a loss for words, being confronted with a problem I had forgotten about. Oh yeah, Shinji's a thing. I haven't killed him yet. Isai ushers me out of the student council room. All the while, the thought of Sakura being absent and what happened to Shinji after losing Ryder swirls in my head. What are we interluding? What is Ren up to? Oh, is Shinji did Shinji go to church? I'm going to assume Shinji was smart and did what I wanted him to do and went to church. The sound was like hitting steel. Ha! 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 He arrived there still breathing heavily. His footsteps are louder and their rhythm is erratic. Staggering forward, he leaves the door flung wide open. He can hardly stay on his feet, pulled forward only by his falling body. He looks around. The church is empty after morning service. Light is only provided by the sun streaking through the windows above. The silence creates a solemn air, and a still atmosphere creates a profound stillness. His very presence is heresy. Ha! Ha! No, that would be wrong. He did not merely come to this place. With ragged breath and unfocused eyes, with shaking limbs that wither and sway, he desperately fled for shelter. This is the true answer. His wretchedness is that of prey fleeing from a predatory hound. It has been 6 days. It has been 6 days since the war started. You are the first person to come here. Ugh! He forces his body upright. Just when did this man appear? With bloodshot eyes, he peers at the priest standing at the altar and mutters incoherently. The priest frowns. He cannot fully understand the boy, but assumes he's here to ask for help. He wants protection. The master who lost his servant may ask for protection under the condition he withdraw from the war. That place of refuge, the last sanctuary, is this church. And the master of this place is the bestest boy, the goodiest of good guys, Kirai Kotomine, the priest. So, will you withdraw from this war, boy? Boy responds to that solemn voice with a sparking flame. Of course, are you telling me to die? Look, I can't kill anyone without my servant. I don't want to be a master. I'm a normal person. I'm a victim. It's unfair to kill someone like me. Come on, just let me do it. Kirai, just do me a favor. Save him for me. Let me take him out. The priest does not answer and only looks at the intruder. He looks beyond the boy, as if to peer beyond the skin, bone, and sinew to that which lies beneath. What, have you got a problem? I do not have any opinions. You are the first to withdraw this time, and the first user of this church since it was started. I shall welcome you in the stead of my father, as the overseer of the war. So that means I'm the only one to quit? Oh, hell. What a nightmare. I don't know what my grandfather will say if he hears about this. This is all your guys' fault. It's so unfair I got stuck with a piece of like Ryder. He pounds his fist in the floor in a rage. The sound echoes like a bell, but the priest smiles with great interest. So, Ryder was useless then. That's right. What the heck? She was only talk. She died so easily, even though I helped her so much. Any other servant would have been more useful. Yeah, even then, I still did super good. I did just as my grandfather told me, and everything was set. But they all got in the way. It was 2 against 1. There was no way I could have won against that. That's right. It wasn't my fault I lost. It was just the difference of the quality of our servants. But they were so smug about it. And then he squirmed on the ground. He strikes the floor bitterly, laments his misfortune, and obsesses over his obstacles. But this resentful voice dissipates quickly. Hatred on such a level cannot break the silence of the church. Oh. He repeats his cries of agony with his stupid potty mouth. In the midst of it, footsteps. The priest's steps echo through the room as if they were shattering the frozen air. The father puts his head on the child's shoulder. So, that means you still have the will to fight? He looks down at the loser and says it with a gentle voice. Huh? He cannot understand the priest's words. The clergy in black has a polite smile on his face. You are in luck. I happen to have one servant who is available right now. The priest offers a new salvation, barely able to restrain a rapturous joy. Kirai's back in the war. I have an excuse to kill him! Yes! Yes! This game is giving me what I want! Thank you, game! Yes. But the question is, does he get Lancer or a second archer? We'll see. School's over. Probably because of yesterday's stuff. Students aren't allowed to remain at school for any reason. Still time until the sun sets, so... Hello, Bird. Thank you for stopping in, Bird. You watch over us and you give me advice when I need it. Bird, what should we do at this time of need? What will we do now until the sun sets? I am worried about Sakura. I could go to the Matao household. Probably going to do that. Oh yeah, I have to contact Osaka. I do need to tell her not to murder Isai. But I could let her go talk to Isai and let herself get her own stabbing in the tummy. Oh wait, no, Isai also got... No, they... In the description of his death, they said it was like a mirror of Shiro's. So that means I screwed up. I need to put the disembowelment counter up to 13 instead of 12. So that scene had 2 disembowelments. Hello, keyboard. How are you doing today? Hope you are having a lovely time. I look forward to your continued Cuphead adventures as you stream. Saitama would never miss a meat sale. We could do a meat sale. Meat is on sale today, and I'll make a big dinner to make Saber happy. It would also make Taiga happy, and I want to make Taiga happy at all times. Do I give up on making Sakura happy and just try to make Taiga happy? I don't care if Saber's happy. Saber's happy, whatever. Just finishing off work? Heck yeah. Had a day off today, so I enjoyed it by watching all 6 parts of the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix, and now playing some Fate Stay Night. If you are not following Keyboard is an awesome chill streamer with a whole lot of PlayStation experience. He has every single game in the US PlayStation 1 catalog, and a whole bunch of other games on top of that. So if you want to know anything about PlayStation, he's the guy to go to. Okay. We're not going to contact Osaka. I'm going to be honest, it's in the hopes that she gets her own disemboweling. If I get disemboweled, she also deserves to get disemboweled. We are a pair. We are a friendship. Friends get disemboweled together. So, do I go hang out with Sakura because I am worried about her? Or do I get meat? Keyboard does want meat, and I'm okay with wanting meat too. It's either 1 or 3. I don't think we can go wrong with 1 or 3. We're going to make a big dinner, but again, we're doing it to make Taiga happy. Saber, whatever. We're doing it for Taiga. Let's get meat! I think they're having a sale in the shopping district today. Saber is looking forward to dinner, so it might not be a bad idea to splurge and make a fancy dinner. I can report to Osaka once I get home. I can tell her all about how I stole my friend's clothes. I just bought some beef fillet. And veal. It's rare, expensive, and doesn't really taste that different, but boy, did I fall for the sale pitch hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, Shiro is me. I fully admit, I am someone who can totally be suckered into a sale by a salesperson. So I try to avoid it. I actively try to avoid it a lot. And it looks like we are in the ad break, so I will do the ad break to do something that makes me feel dirty. Hey, right now we have a sub goal. We never have sub goals, but we have a sub goal right now. If we can get 10 subscriptions, we will get ourselves a new emote made of our boy, TOS Timeberry, mascot of the channel. Instead of doing just a random image taken off of Google, like with a TOS put on there in Microsoft Paint, I would actually go out, hire an artist to make a legitimate emote mascot for the channel. So, plus it's September. This is the month to do it. If you have like an Amazon Prime and you haven't used it on anyone, I'd appreciate it. And this month, subscriptions are as cheap as they ever get. So, hey, if you ever feel like doing a subscription, now's the time. Okay, there, I feel dirty. The ad break is just about over. I'm done. I hate doing the shilling, but I feel like I need to chill at least a little bit. I don't know. I'm bad at this. But I have fun with this, and I think we're having fun with this. I'm adoring this game. We're having a great time with this game, and now we got veal too. Oh well, all these two is pretty cheap. I can just look at it as a day's worth of earnings. Saber looks like she'd eat something like this. We've been having homemade meals, so I'm sure she would be happy if I made something like a Western-style full-course meal. Huh. It'd be perfect if I could prepare appetizers, desserts, and cheese, but it'd be pretty hard on my wallet. Saber's fine, but if I ever made Fujini a gourmet meal, then later on, it'd be... Oh boy, something unfamiliar caught the corner of my eye. I wonder what it is, and I look back at the cake shop Fleur. Now you have to enter into a cooking drama competition and defend your honor against those lame Doki Doki Literature Club brats. I'm okay with a cooking visual novel. There's apparently a Fate Stay Night cooking mama spin-off sort of thing, and it is on my wish list now. So that might be a future game for the stream. But it's like, I love myself some cooking. I enjoy cooking shows way too much. It is one of my favorite genres of like competitive cooking, like Cutthroat Kitchen, Guys Grocery Games, Chopped, and about a billion other things are in my Hall of Fame. Original Iron Chef. Ugh. Yes, there is a game that it's on the Nintendo Switch shop. If I didn't have to, if it didn't take 2 minutes to load up, I would pull it up right now. Yes, there is a Cooking Fate Stay Night game. That is not a joke. It is legitimate. It is on Nintendo Switch, and I've got it on my wish list. And it seems to have, I've only seen the still... I have not looked at any clips, but from the still shots that are on the eShop, it looks like they're, branching paths depending on what you cook, potentially. I think that might be how it worked, and it's just after I beat Fate Stay Night, there is a decent chance. Well, I don't want to say decent. There is a chance on this channel the next thing would be the Fate Stay Night cooking spinoff game. So, yeah. That is... Fate Stay Night has a bajillion spinoffs. I just wish I liked most of them. But I tried, the Fate Extella and Fate Extra, I think. The Muso spinoffs, and I did not like those. I, in fact, hated them. But I actively loved Samurai Revenant. Samurai Revenant was a great game from last year. If you enjoy a Musou-style game and enjoy sort of the world of Fate, I think that's one of the better Fate universe properties, Samurai Remnant. But we just saw a very totally not terrifying sight of a maid with red eyes who is out shopping. Nothing can go wrong from this, so let's just ignore it and go home with our meat. Is that some kind of uniform? A woman in an outfit for this antique shopping district? Looked like she's giving the lady of the local cake shop some trouble. I get curious and I stop. From what I overhear, it seemed that the money the woman in white tried to pay with is not Japanese yen, though the lady in the cake shop doesn't seem to know what to do. The out-of-place woman is also speaking in broken Japanese. Well, I got a bargain. I guess I'll do something about it since I happen to pass by, and Shiro does have a hero complex. Save the maid! I'm thanked twofold and leave the cake shop. Hello, maid slash nun slash I don't know what's going on here. The girl also thanks me in broken Japanese. I really haven't done much. All I did was exchange her foreign currency with my 2,000 yen bills. Huh? No, I've got enough already. You gave me 2 10-franc notes. This nightingale-esque-clad woman looks around absent-mindedly. Goodbye, maid lady. I hope we get a maid route. We're not getting a maid route, are we? Oh well. She bows and leaves. I watch the girl leave and think to myself that there are weird days like this when you just run into a maid. And then, oh yeah, do you like cake? I get curious and ask her. Girl in white stops, and after looking around absent-mindedly,
ゼラ、こういう庶民の味好きだから。
she gives a really vague answer that I would only know about if I ran into them in another timeline, but luckily I have. We got the meats. I check the school directory as soon as I get home, and I call Tosaka's. The phone rings, and after calling dozens of times right before I'm ready to give up, she picks up. Yeah, this is Tosaka. So, did you get disemboweled? It's definitely Tosaka. Hey, it's Emiya. You got time right now? Stop fooling around. No, wait, is this actually you? Hey, I don't have free time to be playing around with you. I've got to cook veal. No, that's not it. I'm just a little surprised. Something happened for you to call? It's about Isai. I promised you that I would get it cleared up today. Isai isn't a master. He doesn't have a command spell anywhere, so there's no doubt. Really? I'm surprised you actually looked into it today. So Isai is innocent? I guess we're out of leads now, but I guess that's fine. Can't tell if she's disappointed or relieved. I can't really grasp her reaction via the phone. Her thinking Shiro's voice is Archer's is very funny. Why would she think something like that? That's such a weird thing. Why would she think that? Huh. Anyway, good work. Good work. Well, think about what to do in the search for the master tomorrow. So if that's all, I have to go. I don't have anything else to say. But there is one thing that bothers me. Tosaka, you seemed surprised earlier. Did something happen? I can feel the bewilderment through the phone. After a brief moment of silence, nothing. I just got surprised since your voice sounded a bit different over the phone. She states the obvious and then hangs up on me. Rude. Dinner ends before I even realize it. I came home, trained with Saber in the dojo, Fujini came home, I made a meat smorgasbord, and now it's past 8 p.m. Do you happen to be a famous swordsman in your country, Saber? Shiro has been like a different person since he started learning from you. I'm surprised about that as well, but it seems that Shiro has a different teacher. It is not my doing. We're having post-meal tea. It's good that Fujini and Saber are getting along at least. I just wish Sakura was here. Maybe I should have visited her, but the meat was calling to me. 2 teachers? Does that mean he's cheating on you? He does not seem to be aware of it, but I have decided to tolerate it since the result is good. Shiro should learn fighting techniques. His body is already fit, so all he has to do is learn how to move his body properly. Do you want to reword all that, Saber? I figured that out real fast. Saber has been training regularly, so he is really fit. He just hasn't been motivated lately. Meat from Food Wars. I have only seen the pilot of Food Wars, and I have not gotten myself to watch any more of that. I should, because I enjoy cooking shows, and it was over the top ridiculous, but it was just like every time I got to a scene where a lady ate the food, I was just like, do I enjoy watching this, or am I more weirded out? Am I more uncomfortable than I am enjoy? The uncomfortableness versus enjoyment scale way tilted towards discomfort. Also has a series endings too. Heck yeah. Like Food Wars is on my list of like, maybe I'll give it another shot one day. Just like, I feel like my tolerance for fan service has gone up over the years. Orgasmic food tasting. What's the issue? Yeah, I have no idea what the issue could possibly be. But right now, my anime taste has been like, I finished watching Love is War, and then I just started rewatching Love is War because I absolutely adored it. Love is War rules. And I want more of it. I mean, I've started reading the manga. I've caught up to the point of the actual show, and it's just like, I love it. Training regularly. I am unsurprised that he trains regularly if he has access to such a dojo. Additionally, he has a good opponent like you, but there is no way he wouldn't have talent. Saber nods emotionally and sips on her tea. And then... No, it's been a long time since we last did kendo in there. That place's original purpose had gone unused until you came. Fujini corrects her while biting on a rice cracker. Really now? Do you not make use of such a space? Saber looks at me in surprise. Well, I haven't picked up a sword, since Dad died. Are we gonna get sad? No, the music isn't sad. We're not gonna get sad. It's true, Shiro fought Kiritsugu any chance he got. But he stopped with kendo as soon as Kiritsugu passed away. I was quite sad. Munch munch. Taiga nibbles on the rice cracker while resting her head on the I made so much meat and you're still nibbling on rice crackers? I got you veal! I have a bad feeling about this, or rather, I can predict what's about to happen. I'm trying to... In this route, have we actually said that Kiritsugu was our father to Saber? Well, she obviously knows her name's Emiya, so maybe she made the connection on her own, but I don't remember if we talked about Kiritsugu with Saber in this route. When Fujini gets like this, the conversation always goes to, what are you doing, Fujini? Man, I wonder why. He was such a kendo boy back then, and now he's just a bum. Well, I can't say that he was talented in kendo, but talent isn't everything. Just when I thought he was okay at archery, he ups and quits. I knew you were gonna say that, Fujini. Stop harping on me about this stuff. You're getting negative. I glare at her. Fujini sulks and eats her rice cracker. Phew, at least she backed off this time. Is this about Shiro's childhood, Taiga? Ah, she was over it. Why'd you have to bring it back up, Saber? What? Do you want to hear about it? I'm sorry, did we just do a sonic ring chime? What was that? That's such an odd sound effect for that moment. Alright, where are we going with this? Yes, I am interested. Sweet, then let me tell you all about it. Oh, they're just gonna gossip about me right in front of me. The moral of the Fujimura army goes up due to reinforcements from the Saber camp. Not like I can stop her now. I don't want to interrupt, so I just quietly drink my tea. Focus on wrestling like I originally planned. Tragic backstory. So you see, his personality is all screwy now, but he used to be very cute when he was a kid. He never doubted anyone and he would do anything you asked him to. I see. But he had an oddly stubborn side to him and he rarely changed his mind once he set his mind on something. I guess he was the complete opposite of Kiritsugu in that regard. Were Kiritsugu and Shiro polar opposites? Yes, Kiritsugu was the type of person to be okay with anything. He thought that good things and bad things were different for every person. He was the type to think that whatever happens, happens. And yes, he would try to do something every time he saw someone that needed help, and Shiro would always try to copy Kiritsugu. Shiro was more particular than Kiritsugu, so he would go and fight the bullies in the neighborhood. He always wanted to do the right thing. Yeah, Shiro acted like a TV hero, a hero of justice. Fujini happily talks about boring things. Besides Fujini. Why would he act like that? Saber asks a simple question. Aw, we're getting embarrassed. Well, it's hard to explain. I guess it's just because I admire people who do the right thing. It's hard to explain. I guess it's just because I admire people who do the right thing. The right thing. You admire heroes of justice. Yeah, I do. Kind of makes me embarrassed when she says something like that right to my face. Why is that? Well, it occurs to me just then. There's really no reason for it. I've admired people like that since I was a kid, and I've tried to be help to people and support anyone that was sad to the best of my ability. That hasn't changed even now. But the reason behind it... Why did I try to help people? You can leave your dreams to me. That's the answer. The last moment of the person that meant everything to me. Died peacefully because of something I said. I wanted to protect that trust he had in me, even after he died. So that he'd be able to rest in peace. But is that the real reason? Chiro. I hear my name and come to my senses. Sorry, I'm gonna go to my room now. I stood up, overwhelmed with unexplainable anxiety. I leave the living room as if fleeing that feeling. Hooray for running away from all of your problems! No ifs about it. I just ran away. And I ran so far away. I ran all night and day. But away from feelings. It was a simple question, but I was scared that something might come to light when Saber looked at me with those eyes. Why? What am I scared of? An uneasiness that I don't understand myself. Shapeless fear, nausea welling up. I hurried in my room to suppress a headache. Eugenie went home, saying she had work to do. They were sleeping in the room next to mine, just like yesterday. I stare into the darkness, unable to sleep again. Not that I can't sleep because I'm conscious of Saber, not this time. Why would he act like that? Those words. It's because of the question that remains in my heart. She asked me why, and I said I found them admirable. Obvious why I ran. It's because if she asked me why I admired them, I wouldn't have anything to say. Yay, crisis of self! I don't have an answer, but something is keeping me from saying that out loud. No, the reason I want to be a hero of justice... Why ask that now? I was desperate to be like Koretsugu when I was a kid. I admired people like him because there was an ideal I could not fulfill. That should be the source of it all. The true form of the ideal I have now. The idea I've had the past 10 years. If I could save someone... I glared up in the sky, thinking it would be a lie unless I could save everything. But which one's a lie? The ideal of justice I admired? The older I get, the more I stray from it. Ignorant child that knew no bounds grew up, gained knowledge, and learned of limit. That some truly cannot be saved. Miracles are beyond human ability. Although Shinji, still being alive, is apparently still capable of human ability. Even then, I believed I could become like Koretsugu when I grew up. Yeah, all I gained was the wisdom to decide that ideals are just that. All I can do is clean up afterwards. Even though I was actually made aware that it was meaningless, I've continued doing what I can, if it means just saving one person. Though my goal is to save as many lives as I could, I have lost and discarded things along the way. Also, I don't lose the most important part. The reality continuously knocks me down and disembowels me! If my heart does not accept defeat, I can stand strong even if it's a bluff. That ideal, the ideal when no one is hurt, wonderful. You can leave your dreams to me. Yeah, if no one's going to, I just thought I would inherit the dream myself. That's why I have to become a hero of justice. I have to succeed Kiritsugu and protect what he longed for. How good would it be if everyone just carried on before without making any sacrifices? Such a thing doesn't exist in the world. Shut up, I don't know unless I try it. I reject the words that pop up in my head. Ominous words. We got through another day and we only got disemboweled once. Yay! Ow. Unlimited Blade Works. My dear, stray dead. Is the music glitching? I was like, I feel like the music doesn't last that long during the save scene. When I see his dream, the memory of the man who was celebrated as a hero, the story of a knight who was not understood. It's a simple story. At the very heart of the matter, there was something wrong. He had a reasonable amount of power and a fair amount of ambition, yet he used his strength in the wrong places all the time and died a stupid, miserable death. It came as a reasonable consequence. Power exists to grant your own wishes. There's a balance because the actions you take come back at you, or so Kirai keeps on saying. One is fed because their actions circulate to generate more vitality, but not having that means never being replenished. If one lives for someone else instead of oneself, it's obvious they would run out of energy right away. It would be like money if it were disposable. Others use it, there is nothing left for you. It's easy to take advantage of, and it's a given that it'll be used. That's why in the end, he saw betrayals, and his life was ended by someone he saved. It just makes me mad. I just want to know why. He worked so hard, made superhuman effort, even though he was just an ordinary person. He accomplished miracles, and his reward was betrayal and death. Though it seems ludicrous, he died satisfied. It's not my place to criticize another person's life, but I'm totally going to do that. I can't stand that one major point. I've had the dream multiple times now, and that is my belief. Usually I wake up here, yet this morning there's more to the dream. He was standing in hell, in a scene devastated by natural means rather than human hand. I would make a contract. I will serve after death, and in return, I would take compensation now. He weaves a spell of contract. Thus he was changed as if possessed, and saved those who would normally not be saved. This must be how he became a heroic spirit. From this perspective, it isn't really that great of compensation. He probably saved a number not even in the hundreds. This barely qualifies as being a hero, idiot. Yet the number's irrelevant. The qualification is one who surpasses human bounds. Something that upends fate. It doesn't matter if he is not powerful like a hero. So long as it was a disaster that could not be avoided, he changed. No. The world would gain a heroic spirit. He became a hero and saved lives that could not have been saved. As a servant. As a slave. Yes, the payment for a miracle is to be a disposable tool. Heroic spirits. They are not ones with free will like servants. Heroic spirits, guardians of humanity, guardians do not have free will. They operate merely as sources of power. They are extermination weapons that are only summoned to protect the world when circumstances appear that could destroy it. They are summoned to destroy these circumstances. Okay. So, Does it say there are heroic spirits besides those summoned for the Grail War? Is that what this is implying? It's just like, if the world is in danger, heroic spirits can still appear? The urban system is nothing more than a ritual that uses these guardians. Guardians are summoned into any era after eliminating the threatening circumstances they disappear. I would hate to be like that, but he must have been determined to take on that role. In fact, he might have even desired it. Nothing made him happier than being able to save people after he died, since he didn't have the power to save them when he was alive. With that in mind, he rarely made the deal to give up his life after death. He believed he could save tens of thousands more. What an idiot! There's no way that could be possible, because by the time a heroic spirit is summoned, where they appear has already gone to hell. Places where heroic spirits, guardians, appear are only hell. They only appear when the world is about to be destroyed by mankind. Shiro had parents, right? Like, he never... I feel like Shiro talked about them, like, once, but... we never hear Shiro talk about anything, any details of his life before 10 years ago. And this section, talking about heroic spirits, guardians, that's got the brain turning. Huh. Okay. Okay. Jealousy, hatred, selfishness, desire. The man who loved and tried to be of help to others was shown the same ugliness even after he died. He is summoned to such places and fulfills his responsibility just as the contract says. He killed and killed and killed and killed. All the humans where he was summoned to save humanity as a whole. I don't know how many times he repeated, nor do I know how many times he will continue to repeat it. There's only one thing I can say. He's been betrayed by many things. But in the end, he was betrayed by the only thing he believed in, his ideal. What has been going on in Archer's life? Jeez. I wake up, I have nothing useful to say. My body feels strangely tired and I can't move from my bed. My mind is the only thing clear and I still stare blankly at the ceiling. I had a feeling that was his memory after all. I sigh and gaze at the ceiling. This super sucks. He could have told me I might get a glimpse of his memory while I'm sleeping since master and servant are connected. He told me I could have cut my consciousness so I wouldn't have to deal with that. I should get up. I have things to do today. Get my body out of bed, but my body feels heavy and my eyelids are as heavy as stone. I resent how I'm not a morning person and slowly change from my pajamas to my uniform. I'm not sure whether it makes sense or was unexpected. He used to be pretty hot-blooded, and I don't know what hero he was, but he seemed more honest in the past. I guess it's natural for a person to get twisted after living a life like that, and yet having to be in such a situation even after death. My reflection in the mirror looks so serious, I'm about to cry. So I laugh it off. Otherwise, I won't be able to face Archer. Spending a lot of time with Archer this morning. I get ready and drink the freshly brewed tea. I don't usually eat breakfast, so I'm super quick. 15 minutes until I have to leave, and this cup is like a ritual I perform every single morning to wake my half-asleep body. Ren, how are you going to be playing? How long are you going to be playing around for? Yeah, there's one fool who can't read the room. Until 7:30, I will be late if I stay longer than that. I'm not asking about when you leave for school. I'm asking about, you know, the war. It's not a bad thing to pair with other masters, but the partner you choose is too weak. That again, Archer keeps on suggesting I cut my truce with Emiya at every chance he gets. I told you I have no intention of doing so. Say that, but I think he's fit for it. It's true, he's not much help in battle, but he's perfect as an ally. Because I don't think he's going to betray me. Trust is a point of negotiation. I cannot trust someone without a reason in return. Look, that is not someone who can survive and win. And if you choose an ally, Caster's magic is more clever. Okay, so saying this, since you already know who Archer is, how do you feel about this, his reasoning for changing so much after being a servant? It helps make sense of how he's acting now. That idea of being used over, but the fact that she dreams it means that he remembers it. And I thought that servants don't remember, but maybe servants don't remember, but guardians do? Because I guess guardians is now a part of the lore now, if I understand what was just said. So servants forget everything after each summoning once they're heroic spirits. But a guardian remembers all the stuff? He is a guardian, different thing. Yeah. It's curious. So if a guardian was summoned instead of a servant, that means stuff is going down. And like, it's already hell. So it is already super bad right now. Because courtesy of that dream we just now had, even though Archer doesn't remember everything, he remembers. Or is at least capable of remembering. That is throwing a whole lot for a loop right now. Just that last scene was one of the most important scenes we've had in this entire playthrough. Like, that explanation of what a guardian is. Because that makes things make more sense. It puts puzzle pieces in place that just weren't there. I thought it was just like, oh, Archer just has like an instinctive dislike of Shiro because something deep down, some sort of reasons that I don't want to spoil on stream. Even though we know the big spoiler. But I am very interested in that. Don't be ridiculous, Archer. You're telling me to stoop so low to match their devilishness? I set my teacup down and look at Archer. Even if it was sarcasm, I can't ignore the implication. The atmosphere freezes. I am seriously getting really ticked off, and Archer looks like he has no intention of backing down. We stare each other down. It is true that Casta is a schemer, but she is indeed like a mage. In that regard, you are not suited for battle. If you are a mage, you should prioritize results above ambition. Your cynicism won't get you anywhere. I won't change my policy. The is your problem. You have been acting strange ever since you met Shiro Emiya. Where did that rationality of yours go? Realize that without you having to say it. I can't help it. He hasn't gained anything even though he's a mage, and he's dangerously narrow-minded. There's no use in trying to scheme against the guy. Besides, he's super cute. I mean, I didn't say that. Ran, what happened? Finally get a beat on your own stupidity? Yeah. Suppose there's something wrong with me. But Archer, this is your fault for letting me know things. What? Never mind, forget it. Anyway, you're my servant, got it? I'm only going to do what I believe is right. I'm not as naive as Emiya, but I do have things I won't give up on, no matter who is telling me to. I can't clamp down on the anger. That makes me realize I don't feel any sympathy, even after learning about his past. I'm just super mad. I can't hear you, Archer, so I take it out on him as much as I can. The knight in the redcoat sighs and assumes what seems to be his favorite pose. Nothing I can do about it, I guess. It is the role of the retainer to support the master. Well or not, I shall look after you from the sidelines until you are back to your usual self. Just had a thought. What if Gilgamesh is the archer, and this archer is not the archer in the Holy Grail War? Like, his guardianship is just something outside of the Holy Grail War. Is that... That could be possible. Could a guardian have a command seal? I don't know. It's weird. I love that this situation has entirely thrown my theory crafting of the entire world that we know up to this point on its head. That is a good piece of storytelling. Oh, I am intrigued. This is super fun. And he replies with an answer that is neither yes or no because he's a jerk. I haven't checked on the flowchart today. How bad have I screwed up? Oh, I got Saber points. Yay, Saber points. Didn't get Ren points in the Ren route. I probably should prioritize stuff like that, but I'm not. And I'm not purposely being like, oh, I'm actively avoiding Ren to get the bad ending that leads to. No, it's just like, I am picking the choice I would pick, and none of my choices lead to Ren being happy. Mainly by coincidence. So, I don't want to say I've settled into the idea or I'm actively going for it, but I have kind of accepted we're probably going to get a bad end where Rin doesn't like us enough on this route with how I have played this. I wake up. I feel heavy, like there's lead in my head. What is this? I haven't been waking up well lately. I don't know if it's because there's a lot to think about, or if I'm having weird dreams. It's going to be so funny to see all the consequences of your points later. It's going to go so poorly. I can only hope I just get a happy Taiga, Saber, Sakura all living with Shiro in a house together, and that's just a bad end on its own as they live in their own pocket universe together in happiness. That's the dream. Let me live my dream. It's going to go so poorly. It's like the Fate route, I had little doubt. Just like the entire Fate route is just like, I felt confident. It's just like, I'm happy with the choices I'm making throughout this entire thing. This route, no, it's just like, these are legitimately my choices that I am making. But it's leading to a bad end. I know. Erg. Even though I don't usually dream, I feel like I've been experienced something like a dream. Well, they are beautiful swords. Shiro going full sword pervert mode. I often vaguely dream of swords. Earning the sword pervert nickname. Among them, his blades appear frequently. Erg! Yeah, I like them. So what? You started dual-wielding chair pieces just to emulate him, dude. Like, cursed Archer's not even here when I get out of bed. Or 6 a.m. Can't get distracted by strange dreams. I need to make breakfast. No, we're skipping breakfast. No! Saber sees me off as I leave the house. I've gotten used to this lifestyle, and the morning passes by smoothly without any shenanigans. No! Why, game? Why betray me? I don't see I don't see Tosaka by the school gate. At least she's not being stalkery today. Day 9 is ridiculously short. It goes tonight basically instantly. What day is this? Is this 9? Yep, we're day 9. Well, this last day was ridiculously short. Like this, like day 8 was like maybe it felt like the shortest day we've had in the entire playthrough. But we'll see how this one goes. Yeah, this is my problem too. I need to investigate it as well. But the question is, how do I do that? Osaka's probably investigating the people at school. Well, I should investigate the building one more time. Time to put on a detective hat. Well, it's not like we'll be able to conveniently find out what we didn't know before. I used the break in the first half of lunch to look around school. Couldn't find anything weird. At least there are no magic bombs today. He must have finished lunch already, but Isai acknowledges my efforts while reading an old poetry anthology and also not acknowledging the whole making him take his clothes off yesterday. I appreciate him for that. I'm okay with pretending that never happened. Thanks. I'll be having tea since I'm going to eat lunch. Wait, where's the teapot?
ああ、こっちだ。しかしな、今日は昆布茶しかないがいいか。
But then I'll just have plain hot water. I just can't handle how thick kelp tea is. Hot water? Just drinking hot water. That is definitely a choice which totally makes me think Shiro is a serial killer.
そうかそうか。では明日までに職員室から緑茶でももらってこよう。
I leave a rather cheerful Isai to himself and pour myself water before I sit at the table. Guess I'll dig in. Clap my hands together, open my lunch, and at the same time, someone knocks on the door. Oh, there's someone at the door, Isai.
こんな時間にか。
Isai slowly goes to the door. The visitor is Mr. Breathegood, the teacher in charge of the student council. I run into him often, and I bet he thinks I let myself into the student council room overly frequently. I quietly eat my ground chicken lunch. He must have nothing to report today, as Isai and Mr. Breathegood are just chatting. Again, one of the last times we talked to Mr. Breathegood. Wait, no. Maybe it wasn't a conversation with him, but it's like, again, really want to re-emphasize. Mitsuzuri, we had a conversation about her, and I believe we said we were going to visit her, and we never visited her. Haven't even had the option to. I don't like that. I really need to see if she's alive. I munch on my food. I work on finishing up.
先生、そろそろ時間ですか。
そうか、邪魔をしたな。言わずとも承知しているだろうが、戸締まりは忘れないように。
はいはい、分かってますって。
Mr. Breathegood leaves, and Isai comes back in a really good mood. Wow, that was rare. Mr. Breathegood chatting with a student, and with a normal, rather shy Isai. Well, they might get along because they're both stubborn, but it's still odd. Hey, Isai!
なんだエミヤ。
You know, I've been wondering for a while, are you close with Mr. Breathegood? Are we going to get the reveal that he's his brother? He's surprised. It's fine if it's private, I just thought that was the case, so don't worry about it.
ああ、違う違う。そういえばエミヤには言ってなかったな。と気がついてね。仲がいいのは当然なのだ。
Like a big
何しろ
brother.
久月先生は俺の兄貴分みたいなものだからな。
That still counts. So Mr. Breathegood just jumped to like 90% chance that he is the master. Mr. Breathegood is like Isai's big brother? Hold on, wait, what do you mean?
だから兄貴分だって。総一郎。久月先生は3年ほど前からうちに居候をしているんだ。見ての通り僕とその人柄だが、裏表のない誠実な心をしている。同じ屋根の下で暮らしていて、 人間として尊敬できるのだ。
Mr.
兄として
Breathegood
慕うのは当然だろう。
lives at Ryodale Temple. Did we just hit ourselves with a steel pipe? What is with the sound effects in this episode? I feel like the back of my head has been hit. But I force myself to stay calm on the outside and ask Isai to continue. Oh yeah, you said there's a woman lately, right? Does Mr. Breathegood know about her?
知ってるも何も。あの女はクズキ
What?
先生の
Why
言い
would
名
we
付け
get
だ。
out of school? What could possibly go wrong? We know who the master might be now. We should go talk to Tosaka and then go talk to the teacher and just have a nice little conference. Student-teacher conference. Everything's going to go great. He's his fiancée. Oh my. A second shock. Isai, I don't think you would just call her some new woman in that case. Try best object their dizziness.
見慣れない女は見慣れない女だ。クズキ先生の言い名付けであろうと、名前も知らない女など、それで十分だろう。
Isai ends the conversation clearly uncomfortable. Anyway, regardless of the source, can't ignore this. Mr. Breathegood comes from Ryodao Temple and the woman who is staying at the Ryodao Temple. I heard that his fiancée showed up about a month ago. It was Castor. We have our answer. So that's what I heard. Okay, good. We are talking to Tosaka. We did the smart thing. Now we need to do the smart thing and leave school and tell Saber and Archer immediately. In class after school, there's only 10 minutes until we go home, but I have to tell Tosaka about Mr. Breathegood. What do you think? Considering Isai's situation, I don't think we should suspect him just because he lives there. Mr. Breathegood. He doesn't have the presence of a master since he's not even a mage. I don't know if she's even listening to me, but she frowns because obviously she trusts herself being able to detect magic, even though she sucks at it. Not a mage, that's good. So we can count Breathegood out then. Why? Someone that suspicious has to be a master. Okay, I guess I'm just starting to get used to this part. I still can't keep up with her thought process. We'll ambush him tonight. I'll try pulling some strings so he'll have to stay the midnight shift. You be ready too. Wait, hold on. We can't do that. Getting him on the night shift? Are you saying we're fighting him tonight? Yeah, there's no guarantee he's even going to come to school tomorrow. We can't afford to wait. We'll make him stay at school until night and then test him. Let me just ask in case, how are we going to test him? Are you going to shoot him? Is that your plan? You're going to shoot you? You just said you're going to shoot him! No! Don't shoot a teacher! No! Rin! Dang it, Rin. The way she says that is oddly honeyed. She really does like pushing people around. Maybe in the lifetime, the two of us fought over a playground's peace as children. I am against it! Please don't shoot him! It's not dangerous. I'm not indiscriminate, you know. I'm just going to shoot a light of Gundar at his head through the shadows. He's an ordinary citizen. He'll only be bedridden with a cold for a couple of days. And a hole in the head. That's a problem too. If it really is a master, we're just gonna get in a battle. You don't get it. That's even more favorable. What part of it are you calling dangerous, Emiya? You also don't get it. I am saying it's dangerous for you. Osaka must have finally realized this as she paused, but only for an instant. I see. That's fine. I'll do it by myself then. Of course she decides just like that. Ugh. Ah. Guess there's no use saying anything to Tosaka once she made up her mind. Fine. Guess I'm going with you. I don't know what kind of crazy things you would do if I just let you be. That's my line. Oh, God. I was wondering what you were going to say. Can we at least go grab Saber? Okay, you were letting us go home. Thank you. She looks away and starts walking. I leave classroom after her. So we shall ambush Castor's master tonight. Yep, but he's going to summon Castor, and then Castor's probably going to summon Assassin, so we're going to have a fatal four-way in the middle of the school, pretty much guaranteed tonight. Give Saber a detailed account. We won't be training. We're getting ready for battle. We're gonna eat first. Why are you asking such a thing? I believe there will be a problem if we are on an empty stomach during battle. Well, I thought it'd be too heavy on our stomach, and we don't even have an hour left. So it might be better to eat dinner after we save the world. No, I do not think that is the case. It is also the quality of a warrior to be able to quickly digest anything we consume. I do not think meals are such a problem if one has been training and has led a proper lifestyle. Does that mean I can cook dinner? Yes, I believe we will have more energy this way. Fine, I guess I'm gonna go eat. And I'll be in the living room. What about you, Saber? I shouldn't bother you. I shall stay and clear my mind. I guess she's gonna meditate. Please save all your energy. We're going to need it for the fatal four-way. I say it's a tag team match, but literally, if we actually manage to defeat Castor, Archer will absolutely try to murder us on the spot. I leave the dojo. It's completely dark outside. We're meeting at 7, which means we're going to ambush Mr. Good Breathing an hour after that. If he's a master, gonna fight. We have to make sure it's fatal if we're going to attack. I guess we're actively trying to murder a teacher. That's good. Can't let the opponent escape, and we don't have the luxury of fleeing. No matter the opponent, in order to stop Castor from attacking all the people in town, we have to defeat her master. If all goes well, we take away his command spells and he won't be a master. Or we maybe fight to the death. Oh yeah, I need to take a weapon. Easiest thing to pass is probably my wooden sword. I succeed at strengthening, so it would be a super cool weapon. But we're gonna need a better weapon to fight a servant or master. If we're being greedy, swords like this! I imagine what I saw in my dreams. A black and white twin sword. Oh, they're a length that even I could feel comfortable using, and ultimately, I would be able to fight decently enough. I could protect myself without being a burden. Man, no use wishing for something I don't have. I head to the porch and I guess I'll just see what I can do. Put my energy and strength into making dinner. Saber's so serious, but it seems like she looks forward to the meals. It has secretly been my joy to make her happy with them. And Taiga. Make Taiga happy too. Taiga deserves happiness. It's 7. Osaka's right on time. Sorry to keep you waiting. It took a while since I was getting necessary stuff. How's your preparation? I hand her the practice sword bag. I've got a bokutsu, a wooden sword inside. This is all the preparation I can do. Well, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, we have Saber for hand-to-hand combat. Oh, I forgot to bring Saber. Dang it. That's true. As long as Saber is here, all I have to do is be backup. Find it hard to think of a situation where I actually need to watch her back. Then why is Archer not here? With a sharp look, Saber asks a question. Wait, you didn't bring Archer? Yeah. I left him at home. If we're doing a surprise attack, we don't need him if we have Saber. I don't want him anywhere near Castor. Osaka starts walking. I don't know what she's thinking, but that means we will not have the help of Archer this time. It means that she's smarter than you. And she's trying to protect you, idiot. Time passes. We have to cross the intersection. Sorry, an hour. We're screwed if we're seen, but the soundproofing is perfect. Nobody would ever notice if a missile exploded here. According to Tosaka, at least. The surrounding area is too quiet. Might also because Tosaka's field is working, but Everything feels too lifeless. It's already been 7 days since the Holy Grail War started, and it seems like the town's spirit is slowly being stripped away. He's here. Hide, Emiya. I moved to a wall. I can't even hear the footsteps. There's a figure beneath the street light. A tall and lean physique. That familiar figure is definitely Mr. Breathegood. Mr. Breathegood passes in front of us with his usual, very orderly footsteps. He's too defenseless. I'm assaulted with the feeling that Mr. Breathegood might be innocent. Hey, Tosaka, you think he might be innocent? Are you sure we need to shoot him? Well, we're about to find out. Tosaka seems to be half in doubt as well. Seems like she's still carrying on with the plan as she points her index finger at Mr. Breathegood. It's a curse that lowers the target's physical ability, considered to be a simple magecraft. For Tosaka, it's more like a gunshot. Are you ready, Emiya? Are we ready? I said, are you ready? No, I'm not. There's still time. Possibility that he's innocent. Isn't there another way other than a gun to see if he's a master? We could run up to our teacher and ask him to take his clothes off. My bet is him. I have my bet is on him. Like I said, it was 65% Isai, 25% him, 10% other. With Isai out of the clear, all of that went to him. Okay. The reason I wouldn't think it's him. Here is the reason. Isai talked to us about him and about his fiance and didn't turn into disemboweling mode. So, yeah. That's the biggest piece of evidence I have that it's not him. That Castor didn't deem it worthy to take over Isai and stab us again. But yeah, I guess we're going to let Tosaka shoot a teacher. Let's do it. We can't do this. This method is too violent. Wait, what? Did I click the wrong thing? There's still time. I might have clicked the wrong thing. No, yeah, I screwed up. Yeah, I selected stopper. That's the only option. I'm ready to shoot. My bad. I clenched my teeth to bare my unease. I can only brace myself now. If Mr. Breathegood is innocent, I just have to really hope we can remove the bullet. I'm shooting now. Takes a small breath, and a black shot is released, followed by something piercing the air. Must have said something aloud on purpose. As the speed is slow and the black haze flies toward Breathegood like a change-up pitch. A wind of disease that will cause him to be bedridden for 2 days. 2 days of not being able to move would be fatal for a master. There has to be some kind of reaction if he is a master. Ah! Tosaka moves. He doesn't react. It mercilessly hits him in the head. I was joking when I said it would hit her in the head. Alright. Gonna put on music right quick. No, I can't put on music right quick. It's interrupted before that. A robe suddenly appears in the space between them. Alright, going to take a quick anti-hydration break. Be right back before we get into a probably long battle. Alright. We just try to shoot a teacher in the head. What could possibly go wrong? The man who was supposed to be hit by the bullet looks at us. As though he knew we were here all along. Tosaka! I immediately pull the wooden sword out of the bag and put magic into it. I do not have time to fumble around. The swirl of cloth in front of Breathe Good takes shape. The slender limbs appear before indigo robes. Teleportation! Actual teleportation is true magic in the modern world, and the Dark Witch caster just uses such mystic with ease.
忠告したはずですよ、総一郎。このようなことになるから、あなたは竜道寺にとどまるべきだ。
Uh-oh. She must not think anything of us as Caster talks calmly to her master.
そうでもない。実際に獲物は釣れた。
そうね。あまり大きな魚ではなさそうだけど、大量であることは間違いないわ。さあ、そこから出てきなさい。バカな魔術師さん。
Kinda can't run away. Nope, Caster and her master are in front of us. It's fight time.
出てこないの？残念ね。顔ぐらいは見ておきたかったのですけど。
Uh-oh. What's with that fox? She already knows who we are. Tosaka curses her hiding spot. You must have heard that.
あげるわ、お嬢さん。それであなたがしたことをそのまま返してあげましょう。
Pastor says cheerfully and points her hand at us. Right. The absurdity of what she did before kinda comes back to my head. She's not that naive. I'm sure she would destroy the whole area along with the wall that we're hiding behind. Emiya, jump out when I give the signal. Saber, are you ready? I sense her nod behind me, but there's something I need to confirm before that. Sorry. Do that later, Tosaka. Huh? I don't wait for her to reply. What are we doing? I go out in the intersection from the shelter, wooden sword in hand. Oh no. What are we doing? What are we doing? Shiro! Tosaka must not have entered to leave me alone in this and just follows me out.
あら、意外ね。少しは物分かりが良くなったのかしら、坊や。
Caster watches us calmly as Breathe Good stands next to her. The distance between us, 10 meters. No matter how much I think about it, Caster's fingertips are much faster than my running. With full knowledge of the situation, I step forward. I have to do something before we fight, and that is...
東坂とエミヤか。的だけではなく、お前たちまでマスターとはな。魔術師とはいえ、因果な人生だ。
Yeah, fate has a lot of things to do in this game. Confirm the identity of Breathe Good as the one Caster is protecting.
どうしたエミヤ？話があるのではないのか？
He asks in his usual manner. I don't feel the presence of a mage from him. No. I don't even feel a desire for victory in the so-called war. And then... Has Caster put you up to this? It's possible that he's being manipulated by Caster, like Archer said. Until I get this cleared up, I'm not going to just fight him. I can feel Caster really wants to kill me right now, and that alone tells me the question is off limits for her.
うるさい坊や。殺してしまおうかしら。
Yet her words are not quite a threat.
待て。その質問の出所は何だ、エミヤ。疑問には理由があるはずだ。言ってみるがいい。
My throat is dry. Must be Caster's murderous glare. Ah, does it really count as a glare if we can't see her eyes? Like, she's got the hoodie covered her up. It doesn't count as a glare. The woman in the indigo robe tells me without words that she will kill me if I said something wrong, and I bear it. I don't know how you became a master, but you're a decent person. Your breathing tells me so. There's no way that you're overlooking what Castor's doing. But since it seems you are, I thought you might not know about it.
キャスターがやっていることだと
Yeah, she's holding up in Ryodao Temple and collecting magic energy from people all around town. The coma incidents that are happening are all her. The victim count's been increasing as well. As long as Castor continues stealing magic, I'm sure there'll be people who die. She said that everyone in this town is a sacrifice, and it wouldn't be too long before it's too late.
なるほど、そういうことか。通常善良な人間ならばキャスターにもかかわらずマスターである私がキャスターを放置しているのは彼女に操られているからだと考えたわけだな。
Yeah, if you're still letting her do the whole murder thing, then you're also a murderer, and I will hit you with my stick. But it's a different story if you're being, mind controlled. Know about that firsthand. Just defeat
いや
Castor.
今の話は初耳だ。
His statement leaves no room for interpretation. He doesn't seem to be lying either. Mr. Breathegood is the same as when he lectures at school. Phew! Though relieved, I'm still keeping my guard up. Mr. Breathegood is also a victor being manipulated. So all we gotta do is defeat
だが
Castor!
エミヤ、キャスターの行いはそう悪いものなのか？
Dang it, Mr. Breathegood. Yet still, Mr. Breathegood says that! What?
他人が何人死のうが私には関わりのないことだ。加えてキャスターは命まではとまったく随分と半端なことをしているのだな、キャスター。そこまでするのなら一息で根こそぎ奪った方が良いだろうに。
Son of a gun! What? The way he says it is no different than usual. He gives his honest opinion. Mr. Breathegood is the same as when he gives a lecture. You're gonna involve innocent people?
全ての人間は無関係だが、まあ私が何者であるかはそちらで言い当てただろう。私は魔術師などではない。ただのそこいらにいる朽ち果てた殺人鬼だよ。
Oh! Didn't see this part coming. I thought they gave him like a super mean, evil-looking face to be like, go against the grain in the end. It's like, yeah, he's actually a nice guy and he breathes super good. It's like, oh, no, they gave you that design because that's what you are. Okay. Breathegood takes a step back. He watches us from behind Castor.
キャスターの傀儡というのは当たっているがな。私は聖杯戦争など知らん。キャスターが殺し、お前たちが殺し合うというのなら、もっとも。私も自分の命が一番可愛い。キャスターが何を企もうと知らぬ。私はただ、私を阻む者を殺すだけだ。
So, like that family that we were told about very early in the game, that was just like 3 members of the family killed and like 1 girl left alive. So was that him? Just him being a murderer? Because I'm trying to think of like what other hints do we have that there was just a regular old-fashioned serial killer somewhere. And that's the only one I can remember off the top of my head.
では好きにしろキャスター。生かすも殺すもお前の自由だ。
Oh boy, Castor stands in front of us, smiling in victory. So you're both just underhanded foxes. Fantastic. Osaka clicks her tongue and doesn't move. Or rather, she can't move. In terms of skill as a mage, we are not a match for Castor. For masters who claim to be mages, an opponent like Castor far exceeds what we are capable of. I see. Then you do not mind dying here, Caster's master. A voice behind me! Before I can turn around, oh yeah, Saber's here! I forgot about her! The Knight of the Sword, the servant Saber, dashes forward. Saber, when did you get here? I have been with you the entire time, and you brought me here! My voice can't keep up. Saber, already in the silver, charges toward Breathe Good like a gust of breathing good wind. Caster confronts her with a spell. Laser beams! Saber is a gust of wind for completing 10 meters in a breath, and then Caster must be lightning for casting a spell even faster. A bolt of lightning from a raging storm. 5 bullets of light are shot in less than a second and stab Saber like fatal force. Yay, magic resistance. Caster screams. Even Archer had to dodge, but Saber just charges into it. Her focus is not Caster. Her target, the one she must slash, is none other than the Master, Mr. Breathegood. Saber slashes him without hesitation. Silence returns to the intersection. Please tell me like that's the battle. I would love it if a battle, we finally had a battle that was just like, yeah, Saber just stabs the dude. Everyone here assumes the match is decided by how quick the attack was. Yeah, everyone except Mr. Breathegood, who's just standing there calmly. Oh, now we're having an interlude. Okay, sure. Why not? I just realized I don't know where I put my other half of my Switch remote. Ah, it fell. There we go. Charge, halt, attack. Having repelled all of Caster's divine words, Saber concluded that the match without any opening for a counterattack. The speed at which she charges, the force of her planted feet, and the horizontal line of her sword brings an unavoidable strike. I can read words. She swings her invisible sword at the enemy master, a perfectly timed attack. With a slash so satisfying that it would sever a large tree, Saber splits him in twain. No, it should have split him in two. What? She gasped in bewilderment. Her eyes must be playing tricks. Saber stares at the enemy before her in astonishment, still mid-swing. Impossible. Comprehension eludes her. The fatal attack cut in a perfect line. The attack is stopped. Just shy of the enemy's body, the sword was caught between his leg and arm? Wait, so he like sandwiched the sword between his foot and his arm? That's impressive. Haven't seen that one pulled off before. Is such a miracle possible? Her sword has been stopped by her enemy, Mr. Breathegood. Between raised knee and cocked elbow. The man stopped her high-speed slash by catching it between his elbow and his knee. If you thought heroic spirits or guardians were the most dangerous thing in the war, you're wrong! Great! It's just a dude who likes killing people is like the most dangerous person, apparently. Of course she is unaware. There is an Eastern martial arts style that is used to catch an opponent's weapon with one bare hand, and there are experts today who still practice it. Even then, she wouldn't have stood there with naked amazement had it been a normal battle. But this is a servant battle, and the enemy is just a human. But to stop a fatal attack from a sword that cannot be seen with his bare hands, there's no way this man could possibly be sane. His voice is deep, as if echoing from the depths of the earth. Saber's body moves. She tries to pull back her sword with all her might, and in that instant... Ugh, a sudden surprise blow strikes her in the back of the head. She does not understand what is going on at all. She's not the only one! It is her first time fighting someone who can stop a sword without any arms or armor at all. Wait, was that attack done by his bare hands as well? She must have been punched. The back of her head was struck at such close range. She could feel her opponent's very breath. She avoids it without knowing what it is. Something grazes her temple. Saber perceives it as a fist strengthened by some sort of magecraft and leaks its back. As she wields a long weapon, she is at a disadvantage at close range. Saber retreats to a range where she can make use of her sword. She faces the enemy the entire time. We're dealing with a monk? Her only goal is to move out of range, advantageous to her opponent. It is a basic established tactic to pursue retreating target. But he does not give chase. Though he will be defeated if he remains stationary. Caster's master does not move. He strikes her in the solar plexus. The wind is knocked out of her. Didn't see this coming at all! What the heck? She feels the impact. The attack is hindered by her armor, which keeps the blow from piercing her body. The impact continues. They are nothing more than human fists that precisely target her vital areas. Could she even comprehend in time? By the time she realized that those stone-like fingers were causing the impact, the match had already been decided. The rain of fists repeat. His fists are fired in rapid succession with an intensity and weight as if they are made of divine iron. How can it be explained? His arms are flexible like a whip, but only move at right angles. If his arms are shot out in a flash, the way his forearms follows our technique of a demon. Barely perceptible blows target all of her vitals. He allows no counterattack. Even her arms are targeted, and the pain reaches her core even through her armor. The attacks all come from the outside and shift inside. A wide swing of the arm changes direction, using the elbow as the fulcrum, attacking Saber from all directions. The attacks are keen and cause dulling. Though not an instant death, each blow contributes to a slow-acting poison. That is the depth that seeps with each blow. Each blow cannot be avoided. Each strike alone is not enough to maim, but the pain numbs her mind each time. And with the opening from that, his fist seeks the back of her head once again, like the curling curl of Death's sign. Intuition allows her to avoid it. The attacker going for her arms and chest are fine, but the back of her head is struck. She is done for. And so Saber concentrates her muddled mind on that one blow. Frickin' Berserker didn't give her this much trouble. Holy heck! What is this dude? He's a beast that can block her sword-empty hand. Intuition alone gives her the insight necessary to face this unknown style, which she has never faced the likes of. She's not the only one! The enemy's arms stop. His stance is like his fist, firm as a rock. The man's body moves. What was different about this attack? Saber, able to avoid all fatal blows until this point, could not evade the next blow. Her consciousness fades. The impact landing on the back of her head shakes her brain. She's got a concussion. Uh-oh. Even then, she raises both arms. The man's attack cannot penetrate her armor. Then, the man... He will go for her unprotected face. Saber raises both arms to protect her face. The impact weaves past her limbs. It is like a snake that crawls through a dense forest. The enemy's fist expertly makes their way through her upraised arms. Her consciousness drifts. The body of a metaphorical snake. His left elbow hammers into her collarbone. Saber avoids it by retreating a short distance and adjusting the grip of her sword. The course of the fist after that. She prepares for the blow coming from the left. It will change direction at the elbow and aim at the back of her head. She cannot afford to make light of him. If her opponent demands her consciousness, then so be it. In return, she will claim his arms. She opens her eyes and is astonished by the change. Using his elbows as a fulcrum, the blow comes straight down from above. The circular order of attacks until now changes to a straight line. Saber is paying for being short right now. That's bad. She moves her neck to avoid the blow going for the top of her head. The impact falls on her shoulder. As she glares at the enemy for wrecking her shoulder, a freezing sensation shoots down her spine. The man cocks his upper body. His right arm, still the entire time, finally moves. At the height of her throat, his arm is released like a cannonball. Unlike the previous attack, following a downward line, the jab comes straight in like a thrust. His fist flies at Saber. With such force and precision, it will skewer her. The blow comes with all of his might and will easily pierce her throat, sever burn, and rip her head off. But it misses. Prize attacks don't work on her. Intuition, like seeing the future, is hers to command. Snake's fist grazed past her neck. You can probably tell it wasn't Caster who ripped off Ryder's head. Yeah. Not Caster. This guy is a throat cruncher. And he did it so quick that, like, either Shinji didn't see it or he was stupid and refused to tell us to help us out. If it's that one, just gives us another reason to be mad at Shinji and want to murder him. So, yay. I take this as a win. Another in the Kill Shinji column. That's the lesson I get from all of this. Seeing that, she steps into attack, but at that moment... Ow! Right beside her neck. An unbelievable sound. This seems bad. At the start of this story arc, I said, I think we're going to have a surprise. I don't think Saber's making it to the final two. I thought she was going to be like the 4th or 5th one killed. Not looking like that right now. The snake's fang pierces her. The instant Saber avoids his fist, his fingers grab her with a sickening punch. Like an anchor... The astonishment passes through her as a shudder. Yes, a hand is usually something to grab, not punch. He must be receiving aid from Caster's Magecraft, as his fingers easily crush Saber's neck. Saber raises her sword. She swings to cut the enemy's arm before her neck is crunched. But she is unable to finish her attack. Before she can bring her sword down, her entire body is swung like a sword in his hand. She feels herself flying through the air. He swings like a baseball pitcher. While still holding Saber's neck, the man throws her with one arm. A fastball using a person in place of a ball. There is no way she can break her fall. He tears away at her neck as he throws. He then smashes against a concrete wall at 200 kilometers per hour. Her body is forced to shut down. Hey, Shiro, you want to use one of those command spell thingies? I know you only got one left, but use it or lose it. Everyone watches in astonishment. It's not just me and Tosaka. Even Castor, who ought to have been thrilled by a turn in her favor, stares at her own master in wonder. I guess it makes sense she didn't know about it because, like, she called her master, like, pathetic in the other arc, in the other timeline. I ain't gonna call this guy pathetic. Nope. Saber's swift attack to Breathe Good's counterattack. From the nightmare-like neck grab to the impressive throw. It was all incredible, even to the losing side. Saber doesn't move. She was thrown by her neck and smashed back first into the wall. Her neck injury must be fatal. On top of that, she hit the wall at a speed that was clearly meant to finish her. I don't think it killed her, but I'm sure she can't move. At the least, she'll be laying on the ground until the wounds on her neck and the bruises all over her body heal. No. I murmur without realizing. Even though his fists were strengthened by Castor's magecraft, his body is still human. Who would think he'd be able to overwhelm a servant in melee combat?
マスターの役割は後方支援などと決めつけるのはいいがな。
The lean figure turns.
例外は常に存在する。私のように前に出るしか能のないマスターもいるということだ。
He just proved that. Therefore, these two are... Their fighting roles as master and servant are actually swapped. We got a role swap situation.
後方支援をするのなら敵の飛び道具は始末しておけと。
The enemy stares at Tosaka. Saber is even less a threat to him than Tosaka, who can at least attack from a distance. So Breathe Good is wary of targeting us. He feels that mages ought to battle other mages.
どうしたキャスター？好きにしていいと言ったが。
いえ、セイバーには私が手を下します。宗一郎、あなたは残ったマスターを。
We know from the other one that Castor wants to collect Saber. I'm assuming she still wants that, and this completely has thrown her off, I'm guessing. This is the first series I've seen you play, and mostly only watch VODs because of time zone, but I want to share how much I enjoyed the analysis, commentary, theories, and all. It's very fun. Thank you so much, Amy Jack. Thank you for stopping in. I am honored that you are enjoying my commentary and quote-unquote analysis of whatever's going on. Right now, my analysis is my brain is broken and we're all dead. That is it for my TED Talk. We're all done. We're dead. Game over, man. Game over. But why... Okay. Why does she want him to take care of us? Does she want us to kill him now? What is Castor's goal with that? That is... I am very curious about what she's at. He nods silently and walks towards us. Can we do Plan Runaway? I would really like to do Plan Runaway right now. And behind him, Castor... He faces the collapsed Saber. Bring it on. Saber was taken aback, but we know how he fights. We just have to beat him before he gets close to us. I don't have range attacks, so Tosaka, all on you. You got this, pal. Summon Archer, please. Please summon Archer. We really need him right now. Tosaka is retreating, glaring at Mr. Breathegood. And a fight between a mage and a warrior is a fight for distance. So, Amy, if you don't mind me asking, how familiar are you with this franchise? Oh boy, at this point I'm blindish. I am thrown for the biggest loop I've been thrown through this entire playthrough, I think. No matter how many monstrous fighting techniques he might have, Mr. Breathegood hopefully has no magic resistance. We can win if we just shoot him. Rin, I'm okay with you using your arm gun now. Victory is ours if you can hit your arm gun. Please. Why aren't you shooting? He faces Tosaka and doesn't move. Caster walks towards the wall that Saber was thrown at. So, Caster's going to use her Noble Phantasm magic weird glowy sword. Probably just now. That actually was a mistake. There's an opening I can take advantage of, so I'll... Oh boy. I protect Tosaka. I need to give her, even if it's a second, our only hope is shooting this guy in the frickin' head with her magic gun, aka her arm. We have to protect Tosaka here. I've got the command spell if need be to help Saber if it looks dire. Because in this timeline, we don't know that Castor has command spell stealing powers. So we have to protect Tosaka. I'll protect Tosaka. Saber isn't dead yet, I think. I hope. And even if Mr. Breathegood is kind of a monster, Saber still hasn't lost yet. On top of that, Caster shouldn't be able to finish Saber off because, like, she does magic and we resist. Saber resists magic. So it's like the perfect matchup. I tighten my grip on my wooden sword. My eyes lock with Mr. Breathegood, and to miss, not even a blink. The moment he turns toward Tosaka, I'll move between them. Knowing Tosaka, I'm sure she's going to leap to the side and shoot him. I really hope I know her well enough to do that. There was no time to take action. It was an instant. The moment I thought his body wavered, he was in front of Tosaka. Tosaka's astonished but points her hand at him, and the right hand of the enemy, the hand that wrecks Saber's neck, strikes her in the chest. Ow! Time seems to stop. All of the air goes out from that blow. She didn't need a sternum. She doesn't need ribs. This is it. If a mage can't breathe, then they can't cast a spell, incantation, or carry out their abilities. So she just barely managed to leap back. It seems she only had the wind knocked out of her. Hey, we said we were going to go protect Osaka. Let's do that instead of watching this, shall we, buddy? But the next attack, even though she jumped back, it was only a meter or so. Such a distance is inconsequential to someone like frickin' Breathegood. I move in between them. Thank you! Using my wooden sword as a shield, I plant myself between the attacker and prey. He thrusts his fist. What? I couldn't even see it. How did Saber dodge that? She didn't really dodge it that good. I desperately protect my left side. Ow! Oh no, my enhanced wooden sword is gone. That's bad. Hopefully that was enough time for Rin to shoot him! Rin! Do the thing! I gave you like a second! That should be enough! I'm gonna die. Instinctively, I know it's coming. The strengthened wooden sword has the same level as steel. And if he can destroy that in a blow, then he can destroy my body no matter where he hits me. Great! I can't stop him. Tosaka is coughing painfully behind me. I can't see his attacks. My only weapon's destroyed. His fist aims for my temple. Shiro Emiya will die from a hammer-like blow. If I die, I'll die if I don't stop this. A weapon. No match for him. I need a strong weapon to make up for the difference in our strength. It closes in on my brain. I'm imagining myself dying. And if that happens, I'll end up dead. We die if we stay dead. Alright, Merlin's scratching at the door. Get in here, kitty. What do you want? I'm kind of dying right now. What you up to? Hey, Merlin. Urgh! You're kidnapped! Look at the kitty. Observe the kitty. Kitty, watch my murder live. On twitch.tv/cardwiz. I need a weapon. A weapon that won't get destroyed. Not a wooden sword, but a super strong weapon. Super cool weapon. Beyond my ken. Yeah. Like the ones he used. Trace on! Projection start! Then I'll make 'em. I'll make 'em even if it's impossible. I've gotta make 'em or I'm about to die. Strengthening and reproducing. Something that does not exist and something that does. I'll force myself to believe they're the exact same thing! I don't have time. I can't overthink it. Fake it till you make it. I don't care if I break or lose something in the process. Faster, I don't care if it's fake. Hurry up. Forget it all. I'm not the only life at stake. If I do not hurry, Tosaka is super dead. Because she can't frickin' shoot him. No way. No way. A sight beyond hope. Tosaka speaks for me. Tosaka, where is the gun? A muffled voice. Was that breathe good? Something might have happened to my ears. I cannot hear right. Oh, not just my ears, but my limbs are kind of numb right now. Only my right eye is working right now. I see his fist. It's like watching someone else block it. My arms feel hollow. I don't have any sensation in them, but I swear I hear my nerves fraying. His twin swords are in my hands. The Yang Kanshu and the Yin Bakuya. The name of the swords, even though they were reproduced haphazardly, they're still here. Sorry, can't project perfectly, but I'll take it. We spring apart. The twin swords that parried 30 strikes shatter. As if to say they can't take anymore. It's not because they lost to his fist. The twin sword disappeared because I couldn't maintain my image of them. Hey, if they took 30 blows, that should be enough time for you to load up your arm gun, Rin! Rin, what are you doing? Twin sword must have been unexpected as he hesitates. And then a strong wind stirs up the intersection. Saber! I look towards the wall. She's not dead! Saber must have recovered as she stands. Caster in front of her steps back. Yeah, that's why it was a mistake. Just because she was defeated doesn't mean she lost her powers. So no way with her magic resistant could she be beat up by Caster. Yeah, it's this dude's stupid role to finish Saber off. Despite that, Caster made his mistake. She seemed to be planning something, but that excessiveness cost her a chance at victory. What's Caster doing? What is Caster up to? Did Caster just heal Saber? I say Caster is just such a wild card. I have no idea what to think of her right now. Mr. Goodbreath retreats. He stands protective of Castor and as a ward against
こ
Saber.
こまでだ。引くぞ、キャスター。
He makes an apt decision.
いいえ、セイバーは手負いです。あなたなら先ほどのように。
What is your motivation? What is your deal, Castor?
二度通じる相手ではない。侮ったのは私の方だったな。
Can she not use her noble phantasm dagger on Saber right now? Is she not powerful enough in this timeline? Because, like, we didn't run into Castor until way late. Because, yeah, we're on the day where we had the battle with Ryder in the Fate route. So we didn't run into Castor until like day 15. Yeah, like day 14 or day 13. Yeah. So 13th of February. So maybe she's not strong enough to do the trick where she steals Castor's stuff? I don't know.
あと一芸手を凝らすべきだった。
You use her head as a baseball. It still works. Mr. Goodbreath is correct. Saber was cornered because his attacks were unnatural. But that was before. I wouldn't be able to deal with him no matter how many times I saw them, but Saber's already used to it. Yeah. Tactics are supposed to be unknown to an opponent. His attacks are powerful, but since they're unique, their exposure renders future attacks followable. The first strike must be fatal, and the difference between skills that have been polished to an art form and a single move that's been trained to its limits.
わかりましたわ、宗一郎。ええ、サーバントである以上、マスターの命令には従
How
わないと
different
い
the
けま
routes
せんも
are
ん
makes this
ね。
game so much better. Yeah, I was very happy after I played Fate, but I was very nervous that I would not like Unlimited Blade Works. I thought it would be too similar. Thankfully, it's not similar at all, and I love it, which makes me even more hyped for Heaven's Feel. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this a lot. Who was that directed to? She spits in disgust and flutters her robe all dramatic like. Ah! You have no idea how many wildcards are awaiting. We just met like a super monk who can beat who's capable of killing Saber with his bare hands. What wasn't in the picture, and she's like, what the heck is awaiting me? What the heck is awaiting me on this route and Heaven's Feel? It is insane. I'm loving this game so freaking much. There is nothing like after that. After the indigo robes wrap around his body, they vanish from the intersection like magic. Wait a second, she can do magic? Since when? There's no way he'll come out of that temple now. After Castor and Goodbreath disappears, without concern over her wounded chest and how many broken bones she probably has, Osaka grits her teeth. I understand how she feels. At this point, he is going to be locked up tight. Which means, when we go face him, it is going to be a trios match. A frickin' super monk, caster, and assassin. Great! If we were to defeat Caster, we're going to have to take the fight to them to this time and make an attack on their territory. But Assassin is the gatekeeper, and Kazuki and Caster are not opponents that can be defeated easily. We'll just be defeated again if we just randomly attack. Yet, we have no other choice but to go to the temple. Rin, I must warn you, that temple is a dangerous place for us servants. You are speaking really good after having your throat cut. Props to you, Saber. The chances of victory are slim, even if we have Art to join us and push our way through. I know how strange that mountain is, and I won't chase after them no matter how frustrating it is. I won't involve your master in attack strategies that are overly aggressive. And are you giving up on attacking Caster? You're kidding. I can't stand being beaten. And most of all, I can't let Caster be. I think your master has the same opinion. Isn't that right? He turns her gaze to me. Saber follows Tosaka's lead and looks as if there are any questions. I guess we're taking questions at this point. Question 1. How are you alive? I know you got good healing, but like that was like less than a minute ago. Like being able to recover from a crushed throat and a broken body in like a minute is super impressive, Saber. I underestimated your healing ability. Mainly because I thought I had stolen most of it, but you still got some of it in you. Of course, we can't let those two be. Caster's not going to stop collecting magic, and her master is psychotic. So it's up to us to stop him. Assassin's at the temple, but everything will be settled once we defeat Caster's master. Yeah, I don't think Mr. Kazuki will let us take him away his command spells that easily, but we should be able to manage if we get a hold of him. We'll also have to plan strategies for the time being. Then, I don't know why, but Tosaka suddenly... More than that? What was that? Wasn't strengthening your only magecraft? She asked with a serious expression as if watching an enemy. Oh yeah, I did do something cool. Oh yeah, I'm at a loss. I forgot I did that. That was neat. The magecraft him earlier. I reproduced Archer's swords. Well, I'm just as surprised I did that, but it's not something that ought to earn me that look. It kind of saved us. Also, why didn't you shoot him? Be quiet and answer. You said before the only magecraft you could do was strengthen. Yeah, the first magecraft I was able to use was projection, but I was taught to use strengthening and since projection was inefficient. Wait, did I not tell you about this? You didn't. It really me off that you didn't tell me. Her glaze is intense. I really don't get why she's angry with me. Let me ask you. This isn't your first time using projection? Well, whenever I fail strengthening, I usually use projection to clear my head and make myself feel better about myself, but it's not like I usually conjure anything, like, useful at all. I usually just conjure more rods to sew up my spine. Don't ask. I can get the look similar on the outside, but everything is, like, you know, empty on the inside. Empty on the... What do you mean? You could only reproduce appearance? No, well, I try for the inside too, but it never goes well, and that's why I'm surprised that worked as well as it did. What I imagine is not close to the real thing, but those swords were pretty good. High five? Are we not high-fiving? Oh boy. Then does that mean you acquired projection before strengthening? More like it was the only thing I could do. But my old man said it was super useless and I should, like, change my focus to strengthening. What a sentence to come in on. Yeah. You came in at just the right time, Ordo. I hope you're having a good time. Speaking of Ordo, he is my co-host on the Emblem Sport podcast. And spoiler alert, for like the first time in 3 months, we recorded a new episode. Woohoo! It'll be out eventually. So if you're interested in Fire Emblem podcasts, check that out. It's on Spotify and wherever you find podcasts. I guess. But you got here just in time for a monk who absolutely wrecked us. I think he's like a level 20 monk. Yeah, I would have had you do the same thing. That's strange. You produced Archer's sword for such a long time, but you can't reproduce normal stuff? Maybe you have a narrow alignment. I told... let's face it, it's because Shiro's a sword brewer. He can only make swords. That's all he knows how to do. There are mages who aren't versatile, but are skilled in one matter. 3 days, I think. Forgot about your assignment this week. Oh, no. Please take care of, like, your real-world stuff first. She starts thinking out loud. Tosaka doesn't even try looking at me. We're not high-fiving, so self-high-five. We did good. We earned that high five. Let's go home for today. Saber seems to have used a lot of magic to heal herself, so we should rest. And she goes home by herself just like that. Bang! Wait, that was the Will Osprey thing. No, we diamond cut her here. There's no one at home. The hallway is dead silent. My ears might still be screwed up as I can't hear my own footsteps. The numbness in my limbs is not going away, and I don't feel the ground under my feet. Am I about to get beat up by Taiga for showing up late? I deserve it, if that's what happens. Surprised that I can walk in this condition, I go straight to my room without any conversation. I have a concussion. Yay! Let's not train tonight. You must be tired too, right? You were wounded really bad. Saber follows me into my room. No, I do not have a problem. I use magic energy to heal myself. I still have enough to replenish. More importantly, Shiro, do you feel any abnormality in your body? No, just the bruises on my brain and the ringing in my ears. That's probably normal for what happened today. Limbs heavy. They're just sore. It should be gone by tomorrow. Understood. Please, let me know if your body is hurting. Yeah, you can wake me up if something bad happens. If you get hungry in the middle of the night, make a midnight stack. Can't provide Saber with magic energy, so the only thing I can do is make her food to cheer her up. Shiro, please don't push yourself. Don't be an idiot. Too bad for you, Shiro's always an idiot. She heads to her room next to mine. Yeah, I should go to sleep. Ugh. I make my bed and lie down. Limbs numb. Might be a side effect of magecraft that I'm not used to, but I am ready to pass out. I don't even feel like shoving rods up my spine tonight. Oh, stupid. I'm actually tired, and the ringing in my ears is not gone. This is how you get tinnitus? But it feels like I'll be able to sleep well for the first time in a while. This doesn't seem like sleeping well. Uh-oh. Oh no. What now? What could you possibly throw at me right now? Oh yeah, we are on day 9 of Unlimited Blade Works. And apparently the day's not over. Like, we're still a long way from finishing Unlimited Blade Works. We're like maybe we're almost 2/3 way through Unlimited Blade Works, I think. Like, closer to halfway through, I guess, because we technically start on, like, day 3. I clawed my futon. Molten steel coming up my throat. I didn't even shove anything up my spine tonight. Every muscle and bone in my body is screwed. Grinding echoes in ear. Creaking bones comes within. What is wrong? Bones. My limbs splinting in complaint. Ribs squirming as if trying to bust through my chest muscle. Do I have a chest burster in me? Did I manifest? Did I project a chest burster accidentally? Dang it, why did I watch Alien? Agony, far more painful than yours. Agony runs through my entire body. Note to self, sing Agony for the next time I do my music theater warm-up. My body feels like it is being crushed by a vice from without. Pain comes from within. Being crushed, being pulled apart on top of my bed. I squirm like a bug, trying to bear the anguish. Forehead hot, brain melting. It burns like sauna. No longer care. if this is compensation for using magecraft, or this is the abnormality Saber warned me about. Some reason. I don't want to call Saber for because you're a stubborn person who doesn't want to ask anyone for help ever. There, I solved your problem, Shiro. I don't want to work here for something like this. I got this. What could possibly go wrong? That's just childish shit. Suppress every groan, sweat profusely. Clock I look over at SMI. It's not even midnight. Oh no. It'd be easier if I could go to sleep. I'm sure the pain will just wake me up even if I do. Do I have aspirin? I'll take aspirin. I'll take ibuprofen. I'll take Tylenol. I will swallow them all. Going into days. Consciousness fading. Pain should go away once sun comes up, but till then, gonna have to bear this pain for 7 more hours. So Shiro just had a bad day, and the day's not over because we've still got an interlude. Our second interlude of the day. Who's getting interluded? The heck is this? The room. This doesn't look like the room from the church. Such a place was not pleasant. Frustration and delusion, envy and jealousy. This place, permeated with Stygian emotions, is cursed. It should have been his, yet it was never used for him. The place is depressing. So it's someone we already have the voice off for. It's a he. Wait, is this Shinji? Don't worry, I'm deciphering who this is. It's a he. It's someone we have the voice turned off on. Not Shiro. Probably not Archer. Probably not Lancer. Certainly not Assassin. Not Berserker. Maybe Gilgamesh? Not Emiya. Maybe Kirai? Trying to figure out who this could be. It's a he who has the voice turned off. I am leaning towards Shinji. Shinji or Kirai, maybe. But, like, it doesn't look like the church basement that we saw in the other round, so I don't think it's Kirai. Okay, it's Shinji. I'm going Shinji. Because we also had an interlude with him earlier. This place is depressing. He clicks his tongue, but this is all his delusion. A stranger's child spent a few years here and threatened the Mattel lineage for the longest time? That's the only past he knows. His father never told him anything, but his grandfather let slip what happened here. His father did not choose him, and though thought of ending the Mattel bloodline, but his grandfather wished for the lineage to continue. I guess that explains how the bloodline died out. Shinji's father didn't do mage stuff? Or refused to do mage stuff? So he has no regard for his father. The one that brought him into being and taught him failure, while his grandfather brought him privilege and taught him superiority. Shinji laughs, wondering what his mother had given him. First of all, women are not needed in the Mattel household. Shocker that Shinji would ever say something like that. It's 10 billion% Shinji. Of course Shinji would say this. He heard that his mother was a carrier, but she must have become useless after she gave birth? What? A carrier. I'm trying to think back to, like, the Holy Grail War terminology we learned. I was going to say carriers, maybe they're the ones who provide the marks, but no, that's not how it works. That's the icebergs who provide that. What did the Metals provide? The icebergs provided the command seals. What were the other two things provided? Was it like one provided the Grail and one provided the servants? So if she's a carrier, could she have somehow carried a servant or carry a Grail? Wait, what? I really wish I remembered that conversation from the last route. Or maybe this is the first time we've ever seen the word carrier. Something of his mother probably remained in this room. But he has no intention of searching for such a thing. He doesn't even want to see the organism that gave birth to his inferior self? Okay, so I'm guessing this is the basement of the Metal House, and just like his dead mother is here? Okay. So like all the holes in the wall is just like a mausoleum of sorts? The basement is filled with decay. Strange insects cover the floor in the depths of the darkness. There should be no more nutrients playing. Oh no! I remembered a Fate Zero! I remember a Fate Zero! I remember a Fate Zero. So Sokka provided the land, Izern with the command seals, and the Makiri family. It was the Makiri family, not the Metal family. Provided the Magecraft. Okay, I was mistaken. Thank you for correcting me on that. What I remember from Fate Zero right now, I will say I remember the Berserker class. I remember how the Berserker class got his magic. And I think this has something to do with it. Not saying anything else for spoiling of potentially this game or Fate Zero, but I will say I just now remembered that. No. From the beginning, this is not a place to raise humans, but a place to raise insects. Swarms of black wings can be glimpsed in the black. Even the shadows on the walls must be dark, slimy insects. In the midst of that, there is a man that gives off a golden shine? Oh no! Is Shinji teaming up with... Oh, is this the servant that he got? Did he get our golden boy? Did Shinji get Gilgamesh? Oh no, please don't tell me Shinji has Gilgamesh. Here I give Shinji the biggest upgrade for losing first. There's a man with a golden shine incongruous of this lowest of places. Oh, you were here, Archer? The golden man. Oh no! Why? No. No. Wait. We got to kill Gilgamesh's master in the last one. We can do it again. We can do it again! I believe in us. We can do it. The Golden Man Archer does not even look at the person who came down and just stares at the deep. Merlin, if you want to jump in my lap, jump in my lap. Don't just randomly claw at my chair, please. Hello, bird. You got here just in time for something traumatizing, probably. How are you doing today, Worst? Listen, I have good news. Kirai said that we would turn a blind eye to our actions. I thought he showed promise, but he really is useful. That means we won't get in trouble no matter what we do, right? Oh, his voice is full of delight as he makes his way to Archer. Sorry, this stuff is dumb. But hey, everyone who's here, if you're enjoying my voice acting, and we don't improv as much here, we theory craft here, but if you want to enjoy some voice acting, theory crafting, and a whole lot of improv, tune in to the Worst Heroes channel on Thursday nights. He and I play the Ace Attorney trilogy. We are on Case 3 of Trials and Tribulations. Saw that Siri's doing their job today. I was very happy about that. Siri is doing lots of blocking, and I'm very happy about it. Yay, Saribot. Oh boy, what are you up to, Shinji? Archer finally notices. The red eyes move. Oh, I didn't come to complain to you. I don't care where you go or what you... Oh, dang it, wrong voice. Oh, I didn't come to complain to you. I don't care where you go or what you do. I respect my servants' free will. I am tolerant, unlike a... Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of the character Shinji, the sister beating, women beating, and maybe more doing too. Massive magic bomb terrorist making, chicken ass coward. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of Shinji is tolerant. That's the word I would use to describe him. I've been trying to think of what the right word to describe Shinji is. Tolerant. Yeah, absolutely. The most tolerant frickin' person I know in this frickin' game. Later, Merlin. Ah! Ah! No, I didn't say that. I didn't say the A word. I've never said a bad word, ever. Yeah. TOS Tomberry, protect me from Shinji. I hate him so much. Tolerance! Ah! I might be a little angry. Shinji makes me angry, and the fact this game has not let me murder his scrawny, evil butt makes me furious. Shinji is overpowered by his red eyes, but he still approaches Archer. Even if Archer has an ominous presence, he's only a... Oh, yeah. Please, Shinji, I beg you, tell Gilgamesh he's only a servant. I beg you, please do that. Therefore, he maintains his arrogance. He shows deference, but still makes known who stands superior. I see, Kotomine thinks highly of you, huh? Wait, no. I see, Kotomine thinks highly of you, huh? Yes, he says he owes my grandfather. He says that a lineage with history like mine should win, rather than some random third-rate mage. Huh? That's so obvious, so obvious, but he has good judgment. He did take care of me, so I'm thinking of thanking him once I get the Holy Grail. His joyful snicker echoes. Then let's start, Archer. You don't need to worry about catching people's attention. Go ahead and kill all you want. Eat their souls, get stronger. Then they'll be next. We'll have to go crush that annoying Saber and go thank Emiya. He pats Archer on the shoulder. Archer watches his hand as though he's been touched by something unpleasant. What? Come on. I told you we're going, Archer. No matter what hero one may be, servants must obey their master, right? He must have imagined making Saber submit to him and having his friend crawl on the ground. He makes his order with high spirits. But the Golden Man doesn't. Shinji, you do not understand the Holy Grail. He calls his master by his name for the first time. What? Ignore the other masters if you want the Holy Grail. There is nothing more than sacrifices. If you truly wish for the Holy Grail, there is something we must attend to first. Something we must attend to first? The boy Shinji Matao looks at his servant timidly. Gilgamesh was already like top 2 or Gilgamesh is probably my favorite character in this franchise. He's about to get even better in my book if he's about to really ruin Shinji's day. His feet shuffle back unconsciously, and the hand that was on Archer's shoulder is no longer there. Let us obtain it first. I will lend my power to you in order to obtain the Holy Grail. Wait, no. I think this is Gilgamesh. Let us obtain it first. I will lend my power to you in order to obtain the Holy Grail. It is the only common goal between us. I do understand how you feel. Revenge feels good. To seek pleasure is proof that you are human, and I shall take part of your joy once we are done with what we must do. Same voice as Japanese Domonkashu, so he's instantly your favorite. Yet amused with himself, Archer's lips curl in a smile. Sensing something brutal in it, Shinji finally feels some ease about this servant's identity. The 8th servant. The heroic spirit that should not exist. The king of heroes. The strongest of them all. A survivor of the previous Holy Grail War. Come to think of it, I haven't asked you yet. Shinji tries to maintain his feeling of superiority. Oh, how cute, Shinji, how very cute. What is it? I shall answer, Master. Your wish. What do you want to do once you obtain the Holy Grail, Archer? It's a natural question. A half-immortal heroic spirit said to have owned all of the treasures in the world? What could this man possibly desire now? Ha ha! Did you not know? Archer asks, surprised. He breaks into another smile from this new development. I approve of all that is luxurious. Lavish decorations should be admired most of all. However, there is no meaning in casting pearls before such unnecessary swine. Unnecessary? I speak of a time long ago. I took 10 slaves and attempted to kill the least necessary. What do you think happened, Shinji? Well, they're just slaves, right? Didn't you just kill all of them? No! That's the thing. I found I couldn't kill a single one. And ages passed in the world that was. There is no such thing as a useless laborer. Archer shrugs his shoulders at the irony and steps forward. Into the deep. He lifts his leg over the floor, veiled in shadow. But this world has plenty of excess. If you want to take tens of thousands of people, not a single one would have value enough to stay my hand. This world has become far too hospitable to humans. I don't get it. What is it that you want, Archer? You're trying to obtain the Holy Grail since You have something you want to do, then, right? Archer doesn't answer. The gold man doesn't even turn to face the boy. It is simple. Too many of something is sickening. He lowers his foot into the deep darkness. A crunching sound. Crushed insects dot the dark floor, and more still swarm their corpses. This has been one of my favorites. We've had so many great revelations. Oh my frick. With the frickin' guardian spirit? The idea of a guardian spirit. That whatever the heck is going on with Castor's master, that even she didn't seem to be aware of, to frickin' this? Oh my goodness. But, oh, we have to stop. We got through 2 full days and one heck of a battle and a bajillion revelations. Holy heck. This has been a wild one. Oh, what's the name of the next thing? Strike Lovers. Oh, boy. Told you the game gets more wild the further in you get. How's it gonna get more wild than this? I am terrified. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, oh, both of these led to the same thing, but at least I redid my mistake and we let Rin shoot. So we got a Rin point. We did a Rin. Woohoo! Maybe not all hope is lost. Maybe we can actually survive wherever the heck this game's about to take us. Probably not, though. Oh, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get real bad. But for now, we're on day 10 of 15. We made really good progress today. This was a fun one. This was a great stream. I loved everything that came out of this, but I need to go get ready to watch my wrestling. After all, I am in a wrestling mood. I did just watch 6 hours of a Vince McMahon documentary today. It was solid. The Mr. McMahon documentary on Netflix, it's solid, especially if you like don't know stuff about Mr. McMahon. I felt like I already knew like 90 to 95% of the stuff that was in the documentary, but man, the last 20 minutes, last 20, 30 minutes, it was good stuff, and I wish they'd stretch just that section into like its own 2 episodes or so. Yeah, that came out like in the middle of the night last night. I woke up this morning, was like, I don't have to work today. Just gonna watch a Vince McMahon documentary. It was solid. Again, I recommend it to people who are kind of curious about that insane person, but don't know a bunch about it. Because, like, again, I am in wrestling fandoms. I know way too much about Vince McMahon and the world of wrestling. If you already feel like you know a lot about Vince, then maybe just watch episode 6 and look at clips from other people. But alright, what shall we do? Who shall we raid into? Lots of solid choices. I know who we're going to hang out with. Did you know wrestling is wrestling's not fake, it's predetermined. That's the line. Let's go hang out with Sunny. Sunny is doing some Alan Wake, and Alan Wake is a fun one. So let's go raid into Sunny Starblast. If you feel like participating in the raid, we do have raid commands. Because branding, you've activated my raid cards. So, plan for this week. On Thursday night, we will be having our usual Ace Attorney series with Worst, probably on his channel, unless Hurricane does hurricane things. Yay, hurricanes. Luckily, I think I'm out of the worst of it. But this Friday, probably during the afternoon, we will probably have our next episode of Fate Stay Night. So, Friday and or Saturday, we will be streaming more Fate Stay Night because, dear Lord, I'm on the hook with this game. I love it so freaking much. This is such a fun one. Alright. I've got to go feed a kitty and go prepare to watch wrestling. So, thank you so much to everyone who has stopped by today. And until next time, fare thee well. Ta ta.